Moving on, things couldn't have gone much worse for Jadon Sancho at Man United. Yeah, it would have been hard to outdo his Borussia Dortmund form, but 12 goals in 83 games is not great. Things got worse after a public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. Sancho said he was being made a scapegoat. Ten Hag said there'd been a discipline issue. It all ended up with Sancho going back to Germany. Next, Erik ten Hag probably thought he was being smart in sticking to what he knew when he signed Antony from his former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian hasn't really been able to hack it in the Prem. Chances are Antony's Man United days are numbered. Next, the curse of the Man United number 7 shirt. Not an easy act following Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and George Best. But Memphis Depay was another striker who was apparently allergic to scoring for United. He scored just 7 in 53 appearances, a huge letdown since he'd helped PSV win the Dutch league just a season before joining. Last one, Angel Di Maria was set to be United's landmark signing when he joined in 2014, but one season later he was already on his way out. 4 goals in 32 games was just not good enough, given he'd broken the British record transfer fee when he signed. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the Prem for a while, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive with me, Andy Goldstein. That's Darren, and that is our live studio audience. They can do better. Our live studio audience. They're going to be good. You're going to be good. We are here because it's a very special show because, of course, this weekend the Premier League is back.
I believe in the meaning of spoken word.
They like that. Oh, they like that.
Top to bottom, one of the most unpredictable leagues around.
The difference is you don't quit, not until you reach the peak.
The Premier League title is coming back to Anfield.
Liverpool are the best team in the country. They were the best team in the country last year, and they've got even better.
But best believe it's your claim on it, because you've got a destiny with your name on it.
Saka! 1-0 Arsenal.
Haaland to take it round the keeper. Oh, that's magnificent.
I think the Chelsea fans will expect Chelsea to compete for the league next season.
Palmer goes for goal and scores! What a hat-trick!
Oh my gosh, honestly, the Premier League, it never fails to deliver.
Setting up another one for Peru. Could it be 2? Oh, yes it is! Another massive moment in Ellen Road!
Here's Manuel Benson on this near side. Onto his right foot. Hits one! Oh, my word! Sunderland are Premier League again. It's a wonderful game. We love it for the same reason, the unpredictability. Oh, given away to Isak. There's his goal.
Bruno Fernandes, what a finish! What a goal on the counter for Manchester United.
Salah, 1-0.
It's talkSPORT. We are Premier League.
Yes, the Premier League is back this weekend, and as always, talkSPORT is your place to be. This season, we bring you more live football than anywhere else on the radio. And today we bring you a special Premier League launch show live in the sunshine on the terrace of talkSPORT Towers. Plus, we're joined by a live studio audience, that's them over there, of fans from every single Premier League club, apart from one, who will be hearing from this afternoon between now and 7 p.m. In the meantime, will you give it up for my wonderful co-host? It's Darren Bent, everyone! How good are they, Darren Bent?
Yeah, unbelievable.
They're really good.
Oh, you're right.
We should start off by saying, thank you for our live students for coming down, so well done for that. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're not, today's the day you need to turn the telly on, turn YouTube on and have a look, because the setting behind us is fantastic. We've got wonderful weather, albeit slightly breezy, to say the least, up here, but we've got a wonderful audience, and every single one of the 20 Premier League clubs, or 19, Aston Villa failed to show.
Oh.
How ironic's that? Ooh. Yeah, well, we have...
Oh, here he is.
We have booked Gabby Agboss. alcohol? Where?
Walking in, Villa.
Oh, round of applause.
There he is, look.
What a surprise, late to the party again. So there you go, all 20 clubs are represented this afternoon. Yeah, take your time, only live.
No jog,
so
no.
I wonder what time they start. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock every day. So we'll be going through a whole host of questions from you lot. You'll be asking us questions, we'll be asking you questions. It promises to be a wonderful, wonderful show. Before we start talking about the Premier League, just a quick word. Where are the Spurs fans in the...
How are you, Spurs?
Yeah, I'd keep quiet if I were you. The Spurs... Where were you yesterday? We should have a... OK, don't kill it. Yeah, we've only just started the show. Yeah, I see that, yeah. Almost looks real, that shirt, as well. We should talk about Tottenham from last night, because a lot of people online and social media were saying very, very Spursy. I thought they played quite well, actually, or unlucky. A couple of Spurs fans have said to you, we didn't lose, it was a draw. They lost on penalties. But I thought it was a new-look Spurs, and also I thought it was a Spurs side that had an idea of how to play the game. I thought that was missing last season.
Yeah, I thought they played really well. Unfortunate, of course, last 15 minutes has cost them. But you're right, Thomas Frank, obviously new ideas, new system, 3 at the back as well. I thought they played really well. When you play elite level football, do you know what I mean? Against arguably the best side in Europe. I know they've only had a week back, but you know what I mean? The last 15 minutes, they're the most important parts. And PSG switched it on. The substitutions I thought were massive. I thought potentially maybe Thomas Frank got those wrong, whereas I thought PSG got theirs right. And it paid dividend because they got the result in the end. But I think if you're a Spurs fan, it does bring me back to memories though. You remember when Ange first got the job?
Yeah.
And they got beat by Chelsea. And a lot of they got beat 4-1. I think they were down to 9 men.
Yeah.
And a lot of Spurs fans left the stadium saying, optimistic, do you know what, this is the right time.
Smile in the face.
Smiling.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of that feeling to it, because even though they got beat, they're still thinking, do you know what, there's real belief in the squad. So I think if they still add 1 or 2 more additions, because I still think they're a few players short, I think if they add 1 or 2 more, like if they get Eze over the line, then I think they've got a chance of having a really good season.
How devastated were you last night they lost?
I was devastated.
I'll tell you what, on the WhatsApp group last night, Benny, I've never seen anyone text so quickly. It was like that. We'll talk about Spurs a bit later on, because we are looking ahead to the start of the Premier League season. It all kicks off tomorrow at Anfield as Liverpool face Bournemouth. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT. How excited are you, Benny, that the Premier League is finally back? Because we were quite lucky with the summer. I think it was one day where there was no football. We had quite a lot of football, but nothing really beats the Premier League, does it? Huh?
A bit overload?
No, not overload.
No, listen, I'm excited. I'll tell you more after Sunday, obviously, when we play you lot. But yeah, the Premier League back, all the signings, Liverpool, big signings as well, people like Wirtz. Bournemouth, how they're going to do as well, considering they've lost a couple of players as well, a couple of good players, by the way. I think 3 out of their back 4's gone now. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting as well. But you're right, Premier League football's the best league in the world. I think all the teams you'd expect to strengthen have, even your lot. All of a sudden, now, me and you had the bet, didn't we? When Man United finished top 8. I'm now starting to quiver a little bit.
Just a loud yes, if people agree with you. Do people think Man United will get top 8 this season? Right, keep your opinions to yourself there. Right, let's start with the champions, Liverpool. They kick off the season against Bournemouth, as I mentioned. It's live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. We can hear from the boss, Arnie Slot. He's been speaking exclusively to talkSPORT's Danny Murphy.
Do you feel individually yourself a different pressure now because of the success? Because a lot of people, including me, beginning of last season was thinking you're going to need some time, and then you go and play so well, you win the league, and now the expectation, but the pressure on yourself, I mean.
Yeah. No, I think last season I also felt pressure on myself because everybody maybe didn't expect a lot, so that also comes then with a certain pressure. Because everybody was after Jurgen, it's impossible. I think now we might need more time than we needed last season, because the manager changed, but the players stayed the same. Yeah. And I've said many times that the playing style between Jurgen and me is not so different that it takes ages for them to be adapted to.
Yes.
Now players need to adapt to each other, and we also brought different profiles in, so we cannot compare Florian Wirtz with any player we've got. Yeah, maybe with Harvey Elliott, but he didn't play that much last season. And Jeremy Frimpong is a completely different profile than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah. So this is something that might need some time.
You can hear that interview with the Liverpool boss, Arnie Slot, in 4 on the breakfast show tomorrow morning from 6 with Alan Brazil and Ray Parley. In fact, let's stick with the title race as we head into our... It says here, brilliant audience. There's no sign of that yet. Are you a brilliant audience? Are you going to cheer whatever I ask?
Serious question, though.
I think oh, yeah.
Why is Villa not sat down yet? Why is he still standing there?
I think Villa are nervous at the start of the season. Do you want to? Oh, you'll be in the Championship next season. Let's go to Angelina. She's in the audience with who I don't know. She can tell us more. Angelina, who have you got?
I have got an Arsenal fan. I've got Tom Canton from the Gooner Talk. Now, I know you've got a question for Andy and Benty, but we've got to ask you the burning question. We hear it on talkSPORT all the time. Arsenal always the bridesmaids. Are they going to be the bride?
How many titles have we won? I think we've been the bride pretty fairly, you know.
It's been a while, though.
Okay, right, you know, it's been a while.
Let's be honest, amongst friends.
Yeah, sure, but I think that Arsenal, of course, are one of the favourites, always going into these seasons now. Mikel Arteta has taken them to that level where they're constantly competing, and they're just so ever so close, and they've just got to take that one last step.
We'll take it away with your question for the guys.
So I think a lot's been made of Arsenal as a team and of the manager as well, and they're kind of talked about as who's to blame as to why they've not quite got there. Do you think for you, is it a personnel issue or is it a manager issue as the primary reason they've not quite done it yet?
I think it's more personnel. I think, as you said there, people don't understand the state Arsenal are in when Mikel Arteta got the job, and it is his first job in management as well, and I think he's done a wonderful job, but I do think maybe potentially in the transfer market we've addressed the wrong areas. I think finally this summer we've addressed it, the centre forward, but I think at times we were stockpiling defenders, then midfield players, then wide players, and yes, as a team Arsenal score more than enough goals, but you need that one player down the middle, I think, where games are tight. We saw it last season, prime example where it's 0-0, no one's really taking that chance. You need a striker that's maybe going to sniff out the opportunity, and hopefully Gyökeres is the one. So I wouldn't say it's any one person to blame, but I always think that centre forward should have been addressed a couple of seasons ago.
Tom, can I ask you a question? All jokes aside, right, if you finish second again, is that good enough?
Depends what else happens in the season.
If you have a repeat season, so what you got to the last four of the Champions League, right?
Yep.
And you won, what was it you won? Oh yeah, nothing, sorry, my mistake. If you have that season again and finish second, is it Arteta in, Arteta out? Is this his last chance, do you think?
No, I think he has to earn the next contract, and I think he's got 2 years on this contract, and he has to deliver a title in this or the next season.
Do you? I'll ask Benty first. You can answer as well. Do you think the players that have come in? I think you were really lacking a number 9. You've got that now.
Yeah.
Do you think you've got the right personnel in? Do you think the squad's ready to win the Premier League this season?
I think so. I think you've got the centre forward.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Because we've got the centre forward. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, no, I thought you were joking.
Centre forward. I think Madueke is a really interesting signing because. Me and you, how many times have we sat on the show and we've said Arsenal play Saka game after game after game, no rest, gets the big injury. Now Madueke can play both sides. Zubimendi's come in, he's looked really good pre-season. So Kepa, I know you always laugh at Kepa, but backup goalkeeper, you need 2 good goalkeepers. So I am really happy with the Arsenal signings, but I don't want to see too much pressure on Gyökeres because yes, we know he's a centre forward, but we can't expect him to go and score 40. Other people have got to contribute, but I'm really happy with the business they've done.
Tom, it's a big game you got at the weekend, your opening game away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. How important is 3 points for Arsenal in that game?
Yeah, massive. I mean, in general, Arsenal got a really tough start with the first 6 games. So you go into a place like Man United, you want to get started, you want to see Gyökeres scoring immediately, and of course, players like Zubimendi hitting the ground running. That's going to be really important. And it's a ground that we've really struggled in, to be honest, in recent times. And getting a win there to kick off the campaign would be massive.
A round of applause for Tom. He was fantastic. I hope you're all as good as Tom, apart from the Villa fella that's still at the back. We are live here on the 14th floor, quite a windy 14th floor. Nothing we can do about it. We don't own the building. Actually, I think we do, but anyway, we can't do anything about the wind. But make sure you stay with us. It's going to be a great show this afternoon. We're here till 7, and of course, we are gearing up to the start of a brand new Premier League season. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. You're listening to Drive's Premier League launch show on talkSPORT. We're live from the terrace here at the News Building. It's me, Andy Goldstein. I bet you get better. And Darren Bent's here. Yeah, that too. I don't mind coming second to Ben. Still to come, we'll be asking if we have a new Premier League rivalry this season in Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Just quickly, Wayne Rooney has said that it was very unfair for Tom Brady to question his work ethic during his time as Birmingham boss. Rasmus Højlund is becoming more open to leaving Man United this summer. We'll talk about that a bit later on. Because before the break, we were discussing whether this could finally be the year that Arsenal win the Premier League. Let's continue our title race chat now as we head back into our brilliant audience with our roving reporter, the brilliant Angelina Kelly. Angelina, who have you got? What do they do? What is their name? And what is your question for them?
Well, can I just start off by saying I'm like you, Andy. I'm a Man United fan, and I'm in a very precarious situation at the moment because I've got Leila from the Anything Liverpool podcast to my left, and I've got Amos from the City Ramble, Manchester City fan, to my right. I'll start off with you, Leila. Is there any competition? I mean, are you looking at City? Are you looking at Amos? Are you feeling nervous, or are you thinking, we've got this in the bag?
To be honest, I'm feeling quite comfortable. I think we've made some incredible signings, and although Guardiola's always there, I don't think they've recruited as well as they have in the past. It's just my opinion. I think we have, so.
Has Pep got what it takes? You look absolutely floored by that.
Has Pep got what it takes? Oh, wow. Of course he's got what it takes. What is it? 6 Premier League titles since he came in 20.
He didn't have it last season, though, did he?
1 season off, come on. 4 in a row before that. Treble, 2 FA Cups, 4 in a row League Cups. Has Pep got what it takes? Of course he's got what it takes.
Well, anyway, you this is your moment. You've got your question for Andy and Benty. What is it?
Are Man City ready to be title winners again?
I think you're always ready. I don't see how you can ever write Manchester City off. I think you have recruited really well. I'll get to the Liverpool angle in a minute, but I always think that Pep knows what he's doing. I think you've addressed the middle of the park as well with Shirky and Tajani Reinders. I'm a big fan of his. You just can't write them off. The only thing I'd say is maybe, have they done enough in pre-season? I know you had the Club World Cup and you only had 1 pre-season game against, I think, Palmeiras, I think it might have been against. But I just think when it comes to Manchester City and Pep, he knows what he's doing. He's been there, he's done it, he's won everything there is to win. So to simply go, they're not strong enough, I will never ever write Manchester City off.
Amos, is it Amos?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? We were having this chat earlier on. I found it bizarre that when we were talking about who's favourite for the Premier League title, in our meeting, your name wasn't top. In fact, Man City was second behind Liverpool. I find that absolutely nuts. Do you feel as though you are favourites going into this season?
I don't think favourites in terms of bookies' favourites. I think it's fair to put Liverpool there because obviously they're in a position of strength and they've strengthened from that position. But write City off it, you will, is what I'd say, because you look at the hunger coming out of the dressing room, and it was a bad year last year. I think everyone accepts that, but you've got Bernardo Silva coming out saying, he's the wiping the hands clean with what's gone on before. They've brought in fresh, hungry players. You look at City's squad, how many of them have actually won a Premier League title? And that excites me because they're going to want that. They're not resting on the laurels. There's no complacency. So favourites maybe not, but hey, we'll be the underdogs if you want.
The only thing I'd say, again, sorry, to the Liverpool angle now is no concerns about only 2 centre-halves. I know you look like you're about to get potentially another 2 and no centre-forward.
Yeah, so we've just signed, it looks like we're just about to get a deal over the line for a young centre-back from Parma, and he's very highly rated, and we've still been linked to Gay from Palace. So, yes, whilst there's been squad movement, I think that we've still got that spine there of strength that we can play to, even though we've had positions change.
Yeah, he's made a rod, not a rod for his own back. It's a nice position to be in. But when he arrived at Liverpool, there was hardly any expect. No one really expected Liverpool to win. They've won the league. They look, such a fantastic outfit. Do you think it's going to be much harder this time round? Because every single time we start a Premier League season, everyone will go, well, they're going to be stronger. It's the same every season. But the fact remains, everyone is going to be stronger. Do you think you're in a better position this time round to defend it than you were last season to try and win it?
Well, logistically, yes, because now we've done it. But in terms of expectation, no one really saw us coming. We could essentially go with a free shot at it, and then teams had to adjust to the idea that we could win it, and now we haven't really got that. But that was almost my question to you guys. Technically, is Arne Slot ahead of schedule with his Liverpool squad? Oh,
100%. Because again, as Andy said there, no one, I think people said they'd finish in the top 4 but not win it in his first year, and I mean, we had people coming on now comparing him to Klopp. Now, Klopp, what he did at Liverpool was absolutely incredible, what he turned you guys into. But for Arne Slot to come in year one and win the Premier League, he deserves a lot of credit. But as Andy's saying there, can he back it up now? There's no point in winning it in 1 year and then completely falling off. I don't think you will, but you'd expect at some point Salah to slow down, Virgil to slow down. These guys are just superhuman, but at some point it catches us all up, right? But I think if you get Isak as well, I mean, I know there's any Newcastle fans in there.
Where's the Newcastle fan? They're chatting to the Villa fans.
Yeah, but no, I generally think if you get Isak as well, then I can't see who beats Liverpool this year.
It's Lila, right?
Yes.
Do you think you're going to win the Premier League?
Yes.
Amos, do you think Man City are going to win it?
I think they can, yeah, absolutely.
Wow, you're both wrong. That's
do you think you will?
Who, Man United?
Yeah.
I think we'll stay up. Who do you think? I think it's so difficult. It's always difficult. I was looking at Liverpool yesterday. We talked about it yesterday briefly on the show. You know, what happened to Diogo Jota was just horrifically sad. We know that. A couple of their centre-forwards or their front five that were just... They had such an array of talent for Arne Slot to choose from, and that at the moment has gone. Ekatike's unknown at the moment. Might be great, might not be. We don't know. You mentioned the problems at the back. Gurhi's linked to the club as well. So I expect all that to change before the season starts. But I do think the squad is weaker at the moment than it was throughout last season. Yeah,
I think it's just numbers, simply for the fact of what they had up top, as you said there. I mean, Darwin Núñez, a lot of people kind of, almost say they laughed at him, but they kind of said that he wasn't good enough. But he was just still another body you could play to give someone else a rest. So I still think they need a couple more players. But as I said, if they get Gahey over the line, and then in comes Isak as well, because I think something's going to happen there. I've got no doubts Isak ends up being a Liverpool player. Because I don't think
if that happens, then for my money, Liverpool favourites.
Yeah, they have to be, because you've got Salah who gets you 30 and Isak who gets you 20, 25. So there's 55 goals there in itself. So I think if Liverpool get those two players done, they're the ones to beat.
Because he had such a great season last time around, Arne Slot, does he have a free ride this season, do you think?
Free ride is an interesting way of putting it. I still think we need to show some consistency and movement towards, well, I was describing it with you actually, a legacy we want to build. A group of players that can win multiple titles, multiple types of competitions. I'd like to see him have a good cup run. We haven't had any finals that he's really got over the line yet. But if we don't win the Premier League, I don't think anyone can say I'm incredibly disappointed. But obviously top two is an expectation that has to happen.
I think 2 Premier League titles in just over 30 years. That's great, right?
How many have they won? How many and a half is it?
Huh?
You always said they've won a half.
Doesn't matter. Don't talk about Man United. There's no point.
No, you said
the 19 and a half titles. COVID year didn't count, right? Smaller trophy.
Wow.
Easier to win when there's no one there.
Wow.
Let me stay with you. I'll ask Amos the same question. Who's key for you if Liverpool are going to win it this year? Who's key?
Who's going to win it if we don't?
No. As in your squad, who needs to step up? Who needs to produce the kind of form if Liverpool are going to win the league?
McAllister.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he was monumental last season, and we need him to have another top 3 midfielder performance in the league.
I didn't expect that one to come.
Amos, you've been linked to Donnarumma. Yeah. What's happened to Ederson? There was a time when we were talking about the Brazilian 1 and 2. I think I might say it was always Ederson 2 and Alisson 1. Yeah. But for my money, we were talking about 2 of the best goalkeepers ever to grace the Premier League. Are you not happy? You're not a fan of Ederson anymore? Is his time up?
I mean, he's a Man City legend, isn't he? He's been the number 1 goalkeeper in City's most successful period ever. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Talk about a move elsewhere. If his head's not there, it's the one position for me you've got to be there headstrong, you've got to be locked in, and if there's talk about a move at the end of the contract, why not move him on now? If Donnarumma comes available, maybe 30 million quid PSG want? I mean, that's massive. So yeah, if it happens, it happens. If not, James Trafford's there, ready to step up. So it's been a really interesting summer.
I think he's England's next number 1, I really do. Round of applause for Amos and Lila. Good work, everyone. And Darren Bent. Round of applause for Darren Bent for just being here. Still to come, Bent has been chatting to a current Premier League player today. We'll hear more from that a bit later on. Who would like, the answer is yes, who would like to hear the first no Googling of the day? Yes! They'll get there. Last night, time for a bit of no Googling, last night Luis Enrique became the 5th different manager to win the UEFA Super Cup with 2 different clubs. Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola have done it. We want to know, can you name the other 2? Anyone know the answer? No. Me neither. Let me scroll up. Oh yeah! The answer to that and more coming up live on Drive on the 14th floor terrace right after this. Give yourselves a round of applause, everyone.
doesn't love the Ryder Cup, the competition that ignites and unites the greats of golf like no other? 1927 brought us the very first edition at the Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. For the first 22 editions, when it was just British and Irish golfers versus the US, America were only beaten 3 times. But in 1979, in came Europe, and in came Seve Ballesteros, who went on to win 5 of them. Since Team Europe became a thing, the head-to-head reads Europe 13, USA 9. Europe's last away win was the miracle at Medina in 2012. America hasn't won on European soil since 1993 at the Belfry. So what about the money? The most recent Ryder Cup in Rome drew in a record 271,000 spectators and boosted the Italian economy by 262 million euros. The PGA of America TV deal with NBC is worth $440 million, but 2025 will be the first time ever that the US team will receive a fee for playing. Of course, in Rome, legend has it Patrick Cantley refused to wear his cap because he wasn't being paid to wear it, though he insisted it simply didn't fit. Either way, Team Europe have made it clear they're more than happy to keep playing for the thrill, joy and prestige of the Ryder Cup.
Welcome back. You're listening to Joyous Premier League launch show. It's on talkSPORT. We're live from the terrace here at the News Building. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent's here. They love Darren Bent. I love Darren Bent. If you're listening to us, thank you for that. If you have the option to watch us on YouTube, today's the day you should do it because it does look fantastic. Before we move on, the answer to the first no Googling of the day, I don't know if any of you lot know it. The question was, last night Luis Enrique became the 5th different manager to win the UEFA Super Cup with 2 different clubs. Ancelotti and Pep have done it. Can you name the other 2? Anyone?
Jose Mourinho.
Who? Jose's not the answer?
I would have said that.
Anyone else? What's that you say? Sir Alex Ferguson is the right answer. Anyone say Louis van Gaal? All of you. That's convenient. Yeah, he's the other one. All right, still to come, we'll be discussing the bad blood between Forest and Palace. Oh, let's do it. Oh, they're good. Going into the new season. But now, the talkSPORT network brings you more live football than anywhere else on radio this season. And it all kicks off with 3 exclusive Premier League commentaries this weekend. Liverpool kick things off at home to Bournemouth. That's tomorrow night before Aston Villa take on Newcastle. It's live on talkSPORT on Saturday lunchtime. And then on Monday evening, we bring you the final game of the weekend, which sees newly promoted Leeds take on Everton. Ahead of that game, the Everton midfielder Dwight McNeil has been speaking exclusively to our very own Darren Bent. And Benty began by asking him how much he's looking forward to moving into their new ground this season.
I think because, like I said, we're going to a new stadium. It's going to be a different experience. But I think the thing that makes it feel at home straight away is winning games. I think that's what we've got to do and try and stamp our authority, especially at home, is try and get that home feeling going because it'd be a totally new experience playing at a different ground. So I think for us, we've got to try and hit the ground running straight away.
Was you a little bit sad leaving Goodison Park, which is a fantastic stadium? I know, obviously, you got the new stadium, but a little bit, sad to be leaving there?
Yeah, definitely. I think because I played there for three years and playing there before that was going to Everton. It was always such a tough ground to go to, and then when you was playing for Everton, it was amazing to be part of the experience when we had some amazing results over the past year. So it is one that I'll always remember, especially a few games I played there myself.
Of course. Now, you have got some new signings walking through the door, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall and obviously Jack Grealish. I mean, first of all, if you met Jack yet, you've obviously played against him a lot, but have you met him yet? Have you managed to train with him yet?
Yeah, he's trained with us a couple of times now, and he's a great character. He's a great lad, and we're really happy to have him through the door, and hopefully he can help us this season to push as far as we can in the league.
Have you seen any glimpses yet? Because as I said, you've played against him, and we all know how good he can be. Have you seen any early of the ability that he's got in training or anything?
Yeah, definitely. He's been right at it since day one. So no, it's credits for him as well, and everyone's made him feel really comfortable here. So that's good as well. We just wanted to get him settled in as quick as possible because he's going to be a massive part to our squad this season.
Of course, and listen, it's a huge year. You said there, new stadium, you've got new players, expectations. It's a World Cup year, of course. What are your aims, your personal aims for this season, and also for the club?
Yeah, I think for me, I used to set goals, but I don't really set goals anymore because I feel like in the past when I weren't reaching them goals, I had more pressure on myself. So I just try and play as free as I can. But I think for the team perspective, I think the gap has really emphasised a lot of trying getting the team looking up instead of worrying behind us in the past few years where we've been fighting relegation. And the stadium that we're playing at is a massive stadium, and it's where the gaffer wants to take the team now. He wants to have the club looking up and fighting for higher places of the league.
Of course. Now, your opening game of the season, Leeds away. I mean, it doesn't get much more hostile than that. You must be excited for that. Monday night, obviously, it's live on talkSPORT as well. Do you find it always a little bit more difficult when you're playing against newly promoted sides?
I think because they got that buzz and the excitement being back in the Premier League, and especially Leeds had such a good year last year, winning the Championship, and so they're going to be right up for it. But like I say, I think we've got the experience within our group, and we've got players who we know are capable of winning this game. So we know it's going to be a tough game on Monday, but we know what we've got to do, and we want to win. And I think we need to win because we need to have a good season. This is the best way to start, is getting 3 points and getting on the front foot straight away.
I think it's going to be an interesting season for Everton. We'll have some Everton fans that get their view in just a moment. But from your perspective, if you're a player at a club and you're going to a new stadium, how excited are you? Does it mean as much as I think it should or not?
Yeah, it's just exciting. New start. It almost feels like a brand new start. But yeah, I'm excited for Everton. I'm not an Everton fan, but some of the players they've signed, I mean, the Jack Grealish one, it just reminds me, I don't know why, of James Rodriguez. When he rocked up, it was like, oh, okay, superstars coming to the building. Yeah. And it's a big year for Jack, which is why I think it was the perfect move, because new stadium, Everton fans, David Moyes got their special connection, and he has to play well, because I think if he does play well, he's in the England squad. I've got no doubts about that, but Jack's got to go and do it himself. So I think if he does that, then I think it's a win-win for both teams.
Let's go back down on the floor to Angelina. She is in a toffee sandwich. Angelina, who have you got?
Yes, I'm here with Mikey and Kai from the Blue Boys Network. Now, Mikey, first up, you were actually in the talkSPORT Cup, weren't you? talkSPORT's quiz. How'd you get on?
Yeah, we got knocked out in the second round to Brentford, I think it was. We beat Liverpool in the first round, though, which was delightful. Yeah, so up the toffees.
Now, the first question that I think everyone wants to ask Everton fans is, you've got Jack Grealish. I mean, is that not a marquee signing for you?
Yeah, I think we needed one coming into this new stadium. I think setting the precedent of we are Everton, we are not what people think we are in terms of size. I think we often get pushed down, but we need to keep reminding people we are a big club, we've got pull. It's just convincing these people that aren't Everton related that we have got the pull is the thing. Signing Grealish does play a big part in showing people we are bigger than you think.
And have you got a question for Benty and Andy?
Yeah, how do you think going from what was clearly a poorly run club to what seems to be a pretty promisingly run club is going to be for Everton in the long term?
Listen, I think Everton have got to get back to what I remember them being. You are right, they are a big club, but if you look at what's happened to them, probably as you said, poorly run club the last few years, it hasn't been good enough. Like, you have been fighting relegation for the last 3-4 years now. I think if David Moyes coming in, settling everyone down, bringing in some good players, I think there's no reason why. I think it's not so much baby steps, but I think you aim for top 10 first, maybe top 12, then top 10. But as long as you're going in the right direction, I think that's important. But when you start looking at the top 8 sides, someone's got to drop out from there, and they're all recruiting really, really well. But it would be nice to see Everton go back to where I believe they should be, because it is a huge club, fantastic fan base, and you deserve better.
Is it Kai?
Yeah.
Can I ask you then? So every year when we start a Premier League season, I feel that Everton fans think it's all about staying up, even after the first day of the season. From your perspective, after that chat with Benty, what are your expectations for Everton realistically for this season?
It's a weird place to be. I'm used to negativity. I'm used to feeling poorly about what's coming up. It's turned me into a shell of a man, if you will. But this season, I am starting to dream. I don't like how it feels. I don't like how the positivity feels. But as you can see now, I'm smiling thinking about it. If we address just a couple more positions, I think we, dare I say it, Europe maybe, but we obviously do need some of the big boys to drop off. Yeah, why not?
Europe? What, you going on holiday? Oh, you mean in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Where? So top 7, you think?
Yeah, could do. Palace are in Europe,
I like the way when I asked you that, you sighed, you went, oh, yeah, I forgot the 7. I thought it was 19 places get it. Mikey, from your perspective, well done, by the way, getting to the second round of the talkSPORT Cup. That's brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
For an Everton fan to get past the first, that's really good.
I appreciate it, mate.
I'll ask a similar question to you, but on the back of that question, you've got David Moyes. I think he took the Man United job at exactly the wrong time, following Sir Alex. I thought it was too much, too soon. But I think you've got the right manager. I think the fans absolutely love him, and I think that's so important for any club for them to get behind their manager. You've got Jack Grealish. I'm a big fan of Jack Grealish. I think he's a wonderful player. If he's given the freedom that I think David Moyes will give him, you've got that new stadium as well. Is there more pressure this season because of all of that on Everton to do well?
I think the fundamentals are, as a fan base, like Kai rightly says, there's an optimism around Everton which there hasn't been in a long time. And when you actually look at the fundamentals, as new owners, as a big stadium, as a fan base, we're very passionate about succeeding and doing better than we have done. The pressure this season is very much on the new players that come in, the new owners that come in, to prove to the fans that actually we are still a huge club, and we are still a huge club, and we need to almost demonstrate that to the rest of the league, because we've fallen down that pecking order. So the pressure is absolutely on, and I think it's on the board, the players, but equally the fans. Every week we need to be screaming as loud as we can to make sure that Bramley Moore, the Hill Dickinson Stadium, is a hostile, aggressive environment, just like Goodison Park was.
Realistically, Kai thinks you're going to win the Premier League. Realistically, where do you think Everton will finish?
Yeah, so I semi-agree with Kai.
What, you're going to win it?
Maybe.
All right.
Leicester happened. We really need to address our right side, right back, right wing. If we can bring quality players into those positions, I think challenging for a Conference League spot is possible.
Centre forward?
Signing Barry is a good signing for me, but he's young. I don't know if we can rely on Beto all season, and that's my concern. We're not going to go and sign another striker, I suspect, unless Beto leaves, so we can wait to the end of the window. But for me, I think if we can finish between 8th and maybe 11th, that is progression, and then we build on that for next season. But the one comment to that is, Jack Grealish is on loan for one season. If we're going to utilise him, we really need to make this work this season. You know, if you want to push Everton forward and use his name as that almost talisman type symbol, you've got to almost build that team around him now to smash next season. And that's a challenge, because I can't see us paying 50 mil next season.
OK, Mikey, Kai, a round of applause. I have to say, I was a little bit sceptical when I knew we were getting fans in. They're good. I know you said before they're going to be rubbish, but you're wrong. They're fantastic. Just a quick word about Everton. I think they're both really honest there, because you made a great point. It's all very well saying Everton to get 8th, 7th, but then you've got to find a side amongst that elite group of teams that are going to drop out. I can't see one. Where do you think they'll finish?
I think they'll finish top 12. I know it's 12th, you think, well, it's not good enough, but I think from where you've been the last few seasons, I just think it is progression. And you are going to have bumps in the road, new stadium as well. I think everything's going to take an adjustment period. And I think if they finish 12th, but they're nowhere near relegation, I think that's a step forward, because they have been scrapping for their lives from the relegation for the last 4 or 5 years now. I'm not used to seeing Everton doing that, certainly when I was younger.
OK. I'm going to say something now. I'm very much like a pantomime. I need a big ooh from you, all right? Still to come on Drive in about 15 minutes' time, standing alongside me and Benty will be Jason Victor Cundy. And they're good. Make sure you stay with us. You're watching Drive live from the 14th floor. We'll be back right after this. good. They're good. Welcome back. You're listening to Drive's Premier League launch show on talkSPORT. It's live from the terrace here at the News Building. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Ben's here. By the way, you know earlier on I said Jason Cunningh's here, and you're like that. When he's not here yet, but when he comes in about 10 minutes, I've changed my plan. Let's boo him. All right? When he boo, let's see. That was good. Still to come, we'll be hearing Darren Ben's predictions for the new Premier League season. Just quickly, Spurs are ready to make an approach to Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze, but want to pay less than his £67.5 million release clause. Of course they do. Roma are interested in taking on Jadon Sancho on loan from Man United this season. I think I said interested. Right, time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yes, time now for today's bet with the friends at Paddy Power. Let's welcome to the show Alex Fitzgibbon. Hi, Alex Fitzgibbon.
Hey, Andy. Hey, Benty. How are you?
Can't believe I got a shout for you. How is that rash gone, by the way? You all right now? You in the clear?
Yeah. Look, where are you going? Oasis or something after that, are you?
You won't be. Right, we are looking forward to tomorrow night in the Premier League as Liverpool play Bournemouth at Anfield. Before we talk about our runners and riders, can you remind everyone how the Bet Builder works, please, Alex?
Yeah, so Bet Builder is a bet that contains multiple selections on the same game. It chooses from a range of markets, so players to have shot on target, player to be fouled, goalkeeper saves, both teams score, and so on and so forth.
Okay, right. Let me rattle through it if that's okay. I know it's a 5-leg bet builder. These are our picks. There's a slight delay. So I've gone for Mohamed Salah to score at any time.
Yeah, so Salah 8 to 11 any time. Kind of speaks on its word. 28 goals last season. Obviously, yeah, clear one to have a shot on target or to score this weekend.
Okay, Benty, you've gone for
both teams to score.
Yeah, Benty, I like this one. Bournemouth averaged 1.5 goals last season. Liverpool at home, obviously, as well. Going to give them a hand there. So, yeah, 13 to 20. I know we're really going after the value here anyway. But away your two bets.
Okay, next up is producer Joe, who's become a dad this week, everyone. Round of applause for Joe. By the way, he doesn't know that yet. I'm going to tell him later on. He's gone for Alexis McAllister to commit one or more fouls.
Yeah, so Joe went crazy on this one, 1 to 14. But, yeah, McAllister has about 1.2 fouls per game. So it's good bet here as well.
Okay, now I love the general public. What have they gone for?
Yeah, so the public have gone for Ritz to have, or Wirtz to have, to be fouled.
Ritz? Who's Ritz?
Isn't that a hotel in London?
He's the cracker. To have to be fouled 2+ times, which is 4 to 9. I think, being honest, he's going to look good. He looked good in the Community Shield last week. I think he's going to have a good season. So, yeah, I think he'll probably get kicked around.
Okay, and the last one is yours. What have you gone for, Al?
Yeah, so Kirkes to have 1+ shot on target against his old team. Bit of a fire in the belly, I think, would have a good shot on target. So 11 to 4 there.
Okay, wonderful stuff. Before I let you go, can you just confirm the Bet Builder Insurance, the odds, and the value of the charity bet one more time?
Yeah, so it's 15 to 1, so £10 returns you £161. And we return, on Paddy's, we return a stake if one leg of 4 selection Bet Builder lets you down.
Alex, great work as always. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, fellas. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, man. You too. That's Paddy Power's Bet Builder for today. Minimum on 25, like 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Look who just showed up. Anton Ferdinand. Little round of applause. Anton Ferdinand at the back there. Trying to sneak in.
Anton Ferdinand is here. How's your brother? Is he good? You going to do some dancing for us in a bit? People can't hear, but you said yes. Earlier, it's good to see you. We'll have a chat with you later on if you want. Okay, beautiful. There you go, Anton Ferdinand's on the show. That's how we book. Earlier this week, we heard the news that Crystal Palace had lost their appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport against their demotion from the Europa League. And, of course, that meant that they dropped into the conference and Forest took their place. So, do we now have a new rivalry in the Premier League? Let's find out as we head back into the audience. I think Angelina Kelly is in a war zone at the moment, sandwiched between the two of them, Angelina.
Yeah, it's feeling a bit frosty, I'm not going to lie. I've got 2 Nottingham Forest fans here, Adam and Christian, from the Red Side of the Trent podcast. And then to my left, I have Dee and Louis from the Back of the Nest podcast, obviously Crystal Palace fans. Is there a rivalry here? Are you guys feeling a bit of tension like I am? Are you a bit frustrated or?
100%. I don't.
You're not happy, are you?
Yeah, I'm not. Honestly, I want Forest to get relegated next year, to be fair. Since they got promoted to the Premier League, the owners have just been weird with hiring ex-referees because decisions weren't going for them, going on a pitch halfway through the season, complaining, snitching on Tottenham for Morgan Gibbs-White, snitching on Palace to UEFA about the Europa League. About time. If you lot want something, then I would understand it, but you lot have just been causing drama off the field. So I'll be honest, I'm happy. I'm going to still see Palace play in Europe. I know it's the Conference League. I would have rather have the Europa League, but I've seen my team win the FA Cup, the Community Shield. I'll be seeing my team play in Europe. All Forest have is hope and maybe a few more snitching, and then you might get somewhere.
Ooh! Tell us how you really feel. Oh my goodness. Do we have a response? Do we want a response?
Oh, look, they win a trophy for the first time in their career, look at them go. I've got no feelings towards Palace. Take it out of Parish not filing his paperwork, ain't no problem.
Oh, okay, there we go. Now, you do actually have a question for Andy and Benny. Before it gets a bit too heated here, let's get to the question.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So obviously, Marinakis, as we just heard, is painted as this villain, this...
It's a bit weird, actually. So.
Yeah, he's this, that and the other. But do you not think that, deep down, most clubs would rather their owner be as ambitious as he is? Because let's have it right. Like, if he was Spurs' owner, there's no way they go 15-plus years without a trophy. I'm calling it now.
Right. Oh, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry. Snitches! Sorry. Go on, sorry, that's so rude of me, sorry.
No, do you know what? From a Forest perspective, I get it because he's your owner, so I understand. I mean, it is, from an outside perspective, you look at it, you do think he has gone about conducting himself at times a little bit classless, a little bit, but I get it. If he's in charge of your... It's a classic one. If he's in charge of your club, you love him, and if he's not, you can't stand him, but... Of course, he's shown ambition. I like what Forest are doing. I think to be able to hold on to Gibbs-White, I think it's a massive coup for you lot because I'm a big fan of his. I thought he could go and play where he wanted to play. But I do think these things tend to come around and swing around in roundabouts. And what Marinakis has done from Nottingham Forest has been fantastic. But at some point, I think he probably will catch up to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask? I'm curious to see public opinion here because before all this happened, I don't think anyone was too bothered about Forest. Genuinely, how do we all feel now about Nottingham Forest? Yes, that's weird, isn't it? It's all you've always felt like that, have you? Okay. Let me ask you, the Palace fan over there. By the way, I love that retro kit. That's one of my favourite I've seen today. Good work. Now that you're in the conference, and I'm not being like facetious, but do you think you've got more chance of winning the conference than you would have done maybe the Europa League?
Yeah, 100%. That's why I'm not upset. I mean, we've got a manager who's won the Europa League all over Glasgow before he came to Palace, so he's got experience in Europe. We just need to sign a few more players. We'll see what happens with Eze and Gahey as well. But yeah, I think we've got a decent chance. If imagine winning the conference, FA Cup and Community Shield. I would have never dreamed that, like, in a million years. So I'm happy with where we are. It's just the way that Forest conducted themselves. I just felt like it was just a bit poor.
Do you know, from a Palace perspective as well, if you do manage to hold on to Gahey, the manager, Eze, Wharton, of course, and then add one or two more, where can Palace finish? Because I feel like under Glasner, you look like a completely different beast.
Yeah, we've only lost 5 games, I think, in 2025. So, yeah, and we've beaten City towards the end of the season where they were actually decent, and beating Liverpool side with improvements as well. I genuinely don't know the ceiling for this side because Wharton's been linked to multiple clubs. Well, I think he's been linked to Real Madrid. Gay's been linked to Liverpool. Real Madrid. Yeah. Eze's been linked to top clubs as well. If we have all of these top players and this manager, then why can't we finish high in the Premier League? I mean, there's a reason why they've been linked with a move away. So I think Europa League, it's not a bad shout for Palace.
Joe, just quickly as well, that's why when we spoke to the Everton fans, and because you finished 12th again last year, how do Everton jump above Palace? And Palace finished 12th.
I know.
So that's going to be the difficulty, I think, trying to crack that top part.
Good news and bad news, right? The bad news is Jason Cundy will be up next. The good news is free beer and pizza after the break. So easily bought. Make sure you stay with us for hour 2, live on Drive on talkSPORT from the 14th floor. We'll see you right after this.
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. And Man United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are just some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez joined United from Arsenal back in 2018 and became the highest paid player in the Prem. He'd averaged almost 1 goal every 2 games for the Gunners, but in his 45 games for Man United, he only managed 5 goals. Not what you want from a star striker. Next up, Radamel Falcao. He earned himself the nickname the Tiger for his sheer efficiency and the way he used to pounce upon the mistakes of defenders. But at Man United, he was way more pussycat than Tiger, to be honest. All he managed in 29 Man United games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone much worse for Jadon Sancho at Man United. Yeah, it would have been hard to outdo his Borussia Dortmund form, but 12 goals in 83 games is not great. Things got worse after a public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. Sancho said he was being made a scapegoat. Ten Hag said there'd been a discipline issue. It all ended up with Sancho going back to Germany. Next, Erik ten Hag probably thought he was being smart in sticking to what he knew when he signed Antony from his former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian hasn't really been able to hack it in the Prem. Chances are Antony's Man United days are numbered. Next, the curse of the Man United number 7 shirt. Not an easy act following Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and George Best, but Memphis Depay was another striker who was apparently allergic to scoring for United. He scored just 7 in 53 appearances, a huge letdown since he'd helped PSV win the Dutch league just a season before joining. Last one, Angel Di Maria was set to be United's landmark signing when he joined in 2014, but 1 season later he was already on his way out. 4 goals in 32 games was just not good enough, given he'd broken the British record transfer fee when he signed. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the Prem for a while, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
They went too early with the round of applause. They're here, they're here. You're listening to our number 2 of Drive's Premier League launch show on talkSPORT. We're live from the terrace here at the News Building. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent's here.
That's all right.
I thought that'd be better.
No, but look, they're all chatting. Look, Anton's taking up all the... Look.
Anton Ferdinand's here. Hey. Darren Bent's here. Hey. This will be the biggest one. You're here. Hey. Still to come, we'll be chatting to talkSPORT's Jason Cundy. To discuss whether Chelsea should be considered serious title challengers next season. But now, on the eve of the new season, we're going to get Darren Bent to give us some of his Premier League predictions. Benny, let's start at the top. I was meant to do this, but I haven't done it. So you're doing it now. I forgot to do my homework, no surprise there. Let's start at the top. Was it easy? You've written down your top 7. You haven't... Can I just show people at home what you've written down? Absolutely nothing. Look.
No,
this is what's known in the trade as ad-libbing. Top 7. I was going to say, it's a bit easy for you to do, but you're doing it live now.
No, do easy, it's no problem.
Top 7. I'll tell you what you can do. You can, if you want to get their help, you can. Let's start with the obvious one. Who's going to win? Oh.
No, we'll go that way.
Oh, I thought it'd be easy to start with the champions.
No, I'm going 7th.
Okay, 7th. I know you're not going to put Man United in.
No, I'm not. Correct.
Can I ask, just a show of hands, right? Who thinks genuinely Man United will get top 8? Okay, put your hands up, everyone. Okay, there's about 50% there. That's surprising. That means 50% will be leaving in a minute. You'll be kicked out.
Should we start at 1? Right, 1, I think.
Oh, you're going champions?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going to win the Premier League?
I'd love to sit here and say Arsenal, but I'm going to say Liverpool again.
Yeah?
Like, I just think with this, what they've got already...
but they've lost a lot.
I know they've lost a lot, but if they get Isaac... I can't see... Isaac
got 2 new fullbacks.
Yeah, but it doesn't make a difference. I think with Isaac, you don't do what you're doing if you know the move's not happening. So I'm going to go Liverpool 1.
Okay. Can you write it down because you'll forget, rather than just draw a straight line?
No, I've got it there. Liverpool.
Oh, okay, Liv.
Arsenal 2.
Oh, don't be so silly.
Why?
Arsenal won't be second.
The one problem Arsenal had last season was what? No centre forward. They've addressed that.
Have they still got Win the Dog?
Honestly.
Have they still got the dog? Because it's very important they've still got the dog. Come on, win. Second place.
Anyway, Arsenal second.
Yeah, will you be happy with that?
No, because I want to win it. But it depends on the manner of how they finish second.
Okay.
Third, I'm going Chelsea.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I'm going Chelsea.
Have you been drinking the free beer?
No, I look at Chelsea and I look at this squad and I just think, wow, they've just won the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
They just look fantastic. I think they're recruiting really well. Young players, hungry players, and they're developing players. I mean, Cole Palmer, he speaks for himself.
Yeah.
Caicedo, all of a sudden, is probably the best holding midfield player, maybe in Europe.
Even players like Cucurella has just stepped up massively.
Incredible as well.
Yeah.
I think even the goalkeeper, I still think it's a weak spot, but he is getting
I'm
better.
not happy with him.
Yeah, he is getting better. So you've got him. I just think they've got options. The Lap.
Yeah, what do you think about him? Do you think he's going to get a lot of game time?
I think João Pedro will start this season.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think having him coming off the bench, they've just got a good, young, hungry squad of players. And they're going to be in the top four, and I think they'll finish third.
Okay. Fourth has got to be Man City then.
Man City fourth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably going to have to eat my words here, but I just think with Manchester City, yes, you can't rule them out, but I just think they're better teams. Yes, they've got the best coach probably in Europe still, got fantastic players. We don't know the situation with Rodri.
But you said with Arsenal, I'm not picking on Arsenal, but you said with Arsenal one of the things they lacked last season was a number 9. They've got one. But Man City have arguably got the best one. So what makes you think that Arsenal will outscore them?
Well, they had him last year, and they still didn't win the league. And Rodri's not there. We know how good Rodri is. I think the injury, because I think there's been a reoccurrence of an injury. I don't know how bad it is, but for me, I mean, he's a wonderful footballer, and he makes them tick. So, and the situation with the goalkeeper, who starts, who doesn't. So I've got Man City at fourth.
Okay, now this gets interesting.
Fifth, I've gone for...
Well, we don't know you've gone for because it's literally dropping out of your mouth now.
I'm going to say fifth, Manchester United.
Are you?
No. Honestly.
Why did I fall for that? Why did I? Don't clap him. Don't clap him.
Fifth.
You're horrible, you are.
Spurs. Yeah, I'm going Spurs.
Oh, I'm waiting for that to be a joke.
No, it's not. No.
Spurs fifth?
Yeah. When I look at what they add, if they get Eze as well... Yeah, I'm going fifth. I just think Thomas Frank, I'm a big fan of his.
Right.
I think he's a...
But he's always had a season where I'm sure the board sit down with him and they go, just don't take us down. That's all we want.
I know, but I think
totally different now.
No, but I think he's ready for the pressure to go and achieve something. I don't know. They're not going to win the league, of course, but there's no reason why they can't nick another cup.
No, James Maddison, big miss.
But if they get Eze in, so that problem squashed.
Okay, Son's gone. I know the last couple of seasons he's not been at his best, but he's still a good player. He's gone.
They've got options. Tel can play out there. Odegaard to come back. They've got so many good players. Eze can play from the left.
Where's the Spurs fan that sat?
He's there.
Where is he? Can I just ask, just a thumb up or thumb down? You played with the 3 yesterday, right? Do you prefer playing with the 3 or flat back 4? You like the flat back 4? You like the adaptation? Okay, all right. Yep. I wasn't playing the part of Johnny Two Times from Goodfellas. People can't hear you because you haven't got a mic. Okay.
6.
Yeah?
I'm going Newcastle.
Okay. I didn't expect any of this, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Who do you think would be 6th?
Well, go on, I'll do mine after.
I just think Newcastle, I think they'll be able to hang on to 6th, but it just depends on what they lose. Now, if they lose Isaac...
Yeah.
Their best player, that's a different story because he is, for me, one of the best, if not the best, complete. Not maybe his numbers are not Haaland's, but complete centre forward. He's the best for me.
Yeah, okay.
And 7th, I'm struggling with a little bit.
Because you want to say Man United, but you don't want to say it. Who are you saying?
See, there's about 3 or 4 teams, right?
Are you been on the...
Do you know what? I'm looking at Brighton, right? That's a team.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Palace.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, keep looking.
Your boys be in the mix. Forest there or thereabouts. I'm not quite sure what happens this season, but I genuinely think that 7th spot could be up for grabs. Can I put 3 teams in there?
No, I mean, that's not how the Premier League works. You pick one.
I'm going to go...
Honestly, hand on heart.
I'm going to go with Palace.
Where give me your 1 to 7.
Liverpool, Arsenal, City... No, sorry. Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Spurs, Newcastle, Palace.
Where do you think United will finish?
Well, 9th. Because I took a bet.
You missed Aston Villa out.
Oh! So, if the Villa fan was in here, it would have helped me out. Where is he?
Yeah, where's the Villa fan?
No, he's up there chatting.
Where is
he?
What's he
Scrap
doing
that.
Up there?
Newcastle...
Leave them there.
Newcastle 7, Villa 6th.
Okay.
Villa 6. I knew there was a team I missed out.
Okay.
Go on, do yours.
No, I haven't got time to do mine. Let's talk about Golden Boot winner. Now, I think it's between 3 players. I think it's between Haaland,
Salah and
Isak, and Sesko.
What? Do you know what? I think it's between...
You never know.
As we sit here now, I think it's between Salah, Haaland, Gyökeres. And the reason why I say those 3 is because Salah's going to play every week, Haaland will play every week, Gyökeres will play every week.
Yeah.
No, I'd want to put Isak in.
Gyökeres.
But but he's going to play every week.
So he's Sesko.
Okay, Sesko 4th.
Oh, that's nice of you.
The reason why I've not put Isak in there because I don't know if he doesn't get the move, even though I think he will. If he does, he goes right to the top of that list.
Can I ask, show of hands, who thinks Isak will be at Newcastle when the Premier League, when the window closes? You're a Newcastle fan. We haven't spoken to you yet, have we? We haven't spoken to you yet, have we? We'll come and speak to you in a bit.
But that's the thing. If he goes, then he goes to the top of that list. But if he has to stay at Newcastle, he'll just know.
Okay, just a yes or no. Do you want him at your club? Oh, that helps me on live radio. Take time. We'll come back to you in a bit. Right, we've seen most of the top sides recruit really well over the summer. Who's your pick for next year's player of the season? Can I tell you mine?
Go on.
I think it's going to be Cole Palmer.
Yeah?
I honestly think that boy's an absolute genius, like something special.
Okay, nice.
I really do. Which Arsenal player do you think will win it then?
No, I don't actually.
Martinelli.
I'm going to go for Florian Wirtz.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Big C. I mean, it's tough when you a new season in the Prem.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Arne Slot didn't struggle, did he?
No.
So I think Florian Wirtz will be the one where a lot of people look at it, £100 million, and it's very rare that £100 million player deliver.
Yes, it is. But I think it is very rare.
I think he will.
Well, Anthony did it in his first season.
Who?
Shut up, you lot. Right, let's finish with the battle down at the bottom. Which side do you think could be relegated? Bottom three. I think this is. It might be the easiest to put. You're looking at the front row. Can I just point out the front row? It's Burnley, Leeds and Sunderland.
I'm gonna let you do it.
No, go on. We'll speak to them after the break. Go on. What are you saying?
Unfortunately, I'm going to go. Sorry, Burnley. I apologise. Sorry, I love Scott Parker as well, but I'm Burnley.
Why are you clenching your fist up? Why are you doing that? Okay, Burnley.
Unfortunately, I'm going to go Leeds. I'm sorry, Leeds as well.
All right, now let me think about this. You played for Sunderland.
They're not going down.
Where there's a surprise.
No, I'm going to write.
Going down,
no,
then?
I'm going to write 3 teams.
Don't put Wolves down there.
No, I'm going to put 3 teams that I think for that 3rd spot. I'm going to go Sunderland, although I don't think they will.
Right.
Wolves. And mate, do you know what? They could be in a bit of trouble. Brentford.
Brentford's a good call.
I don't want to see it happen, but I mean,
Yeah,
you look at what you've lost.
We talk about your manager going as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you recruit well, then they'll come off the list.
Yeah.
But
Who's in charge now? You got the tea lady in charge or something like that, haven't you?
no, but obviously I like Keith, but you've obviously lost Embremo, lost the gaffer. Vista wants to go on strike.
Yeah.
That's a lot of goals. That.
We'll talk to you as well. We've got a lot of fans to talk about. A round of applause for Darren Ben there.
Sorry.
We are. Don't apologise to him.
Who do you think's going to go down?
I'm not being so stupid, am I? None of them, that's for sure. When we come out, we'll be 15 minutes away from Jason Cundy being alongside us. Yeah, that's how I feel. More from me, Darren Ben, and them on the terrace. Give yourselves a round of applause. We're live on Drive on talkSPORT. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, you're listening to Drive's Premier League launch show on talkSPORT. We're live from the terrace here at the News Building. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Ben's still here. Of course he's still here.
Why are you not getting a thing for yourself?
Still, I don't want one. I'll just take money later on. Still to come, we'll chat to a few more fans from, well, this time newly promoted Premier League sides. Now, though, get ready for a big... Oh, we're joined by a former West Ham and Sunderland defender and January 2006 Player of the Month in the Premier League. That's true, by the way. Anton Ferdinand is here.
Thank you.
Anton, how are you? You look lovely.
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for the compliment as well.
It's our pleasure. You look fantastic. Thanks so much for coming. When I say former West Ham and Sunderland, I'm guessing West Ham and the team close to you. I know you're connected to both, but it's West Ham, right?
Yeah, West Ham through and through.
We were talking before. Have we talked West Ham yet today?
No,
we have.
No.
What do you make of their season coming up?
I think it's going to be tough, like most people, like most clubs this year. But I've got full confidence in Graham Potter and the squad that he's assembling. We've got a lot of players who are going to feel like new signings for us this year, and I've got faith.
Anton, you was obviously the America ambassador pre-season. How are they looking? How are they shaping up?
Yeah, really, really good. Got some good young players coming in. Freddie Potts, who can go into the middle of that midfield and really stake a claim to be a first-team player this year. You know, doing things the West Ham way, which is going through the Academy of Football, is something that we always want to see as fans. So having him in there and a few others that are in and around it, I'm not going to mention their names yet because I don't want to put pressure on them. But Freddie Potts has been on 2 good loans, and he can deal with pressure like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing him this year.
There's quite a lot of managers, I think all managers are under pressure to do well, but I think one quite high, maybe at the top of that list, is your manager, Graham Potter. How important is it that he gets off to a good start so that pressure doesn't build towards Christmas time?
Yeah, it's important, but I think I went away last year for pre-season as well, and went this year. The camaraderie and how the squad is bouncing around is a lot better than it was last year. And he said this through the middle of the season. He said, I can't wait for pre-season to get some good work into my players. And I think he's done that in pre-season. So, as I said, I'm looking forward to the start of the season. I hope that what he's put into the players, we get to see it week in, week out. And if we do, we'll be okay.
Stay with us because we're going to go to Angelina in just a moment. My last question about West Ham, where will they finish this season?
I think top 10. We finish in the top 10. I'll be very, very happy.
I think that'll be a great season. Yeah. Before the break, we were discussing the battle down at the bottom of the table next season, or this season. We expect the promoted sides, Leeds, Burnley and Sunderland, all to be involved in that relegation scrap this season. Let's have a look at all 3 of these in a bit more detail and whether any of them can actually stay up this season. We can head back to our brilliant audience and the equally brilliant Angelina Kelly. Angelina, who have you got alongside you this time?
So first up, we have got a Leeds fan. We've got Ben here with me. Now, I know you've got a question, but first up, I want to get your thoughts on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Can he score enough goals to keep you up?
I mean, obviously, the big question mark is, can he stay fit? I think if he stays fit, I don't even think he comes to Leeds. I think he's sort of proven at Premier League level. Obviously, the huge question mark is his fitness. But I think if he stays fit, I mean, he's been an Everton team that have been playing like lacklustre football for a couple of seasons and sort of really dealing off scrap. So I think if he can stay fit and actually be sort of serviced and be given sort of crosses and actually sort of given the ball, I reckon, yeah, why not?
We'll get to Burnley and Sunderland in a moment, but what is your question for Andy, Benty and Anton?
With both Burnley and Leeds scoring 100 points in the Championship last season, breaking records all last season, Sunderland this summer as well, really attacking the transfer market in the summer. If all three clubs go down again this season, do you think there needs to be some sort of reform made to the league to make it more competitive?
Oh, that's a great question.
Maybe so. I think it just shows you that the how big the gap is between Championship to the Premier League, and I think we had that when we played. You know, when I went from the Championship into the Premier League, I noticed a massive difference. I can only imagine how big it is now, especially with the finances involved. But I think you got to look at there's so many teams that are in the Championship now that have played in the Premier League. It's almost like a Premier League league like when we were playing. Benny, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think I think it's exciting, but I think you got to see how other teams have done it. Yeah. Other teams have come up, played their way, stayed up. Some people have to transform and change. It's how you see it, and I think for a club like yourself, I think using your home form, your home Ellen Road as a fortress, I think is going to be the way that you stay up. Yeah. Calvert-Lewin can play a massive part. Again, if he stays fit, he'll be fantastic. But you've got to use Ellen Road as a place where people fear coming. And if you get that, you'll have a chance.
Do you know what as well, so quickly, with the Calvert-Lewin as well, because when I spoke to Dwight McNeil yesterday, and we'll hear it the full interview tomorrow, he was saying he had full of praise for him. He said if you can keep fit, he said he's one of the best centre-forwards he's played behind. Obviously, he played that kind of number 10 with him and just said about how good he is, how strong he is, good in the end. If you get him the service, he'll score goals.
I agree. I think, like, you look at the first season we came back up, it was sort of him and Bamford in talks of, like, sort of playing, like, being the 9 for England behind Kane and stuff like that. I think the pedigree's there and the potential's there. It's just that question of can he stay fit?
Okay, good question, Angelina. You've got Burnley fans to your left and we've got a Sunderland fan at the end of the row as well. Where we go next?
We'll go to Sunderland. We've got Tom here. Tom, what is your question?
Good afternoon. Firstly, I just want to say to Anton, thanks for your service at the club.
Thank you.
Cheers, Benny.
How come I'm liked everywhere and you're not?
Very good, very good.
I'm kidding.
I'm liked everywhere and you're not.
Honestly. You're both welcome, I promise. So, yeah, I think I'll segue off that question, in fact. So you've seen Calvert-Lewin said he wanted to play Champions League football earlier in the week, so he went to Leeds. Yeah, I don't know how that's come about, but we've not done that. We've strengthened pretty much everywhere else but the centre-forward position. So we've spent in the circa 120 mil, but we've done centre-halves, centre midfield, but we've not gone and got a number 9, an out-and-out number 9. We have, typically, he's on loan, the Mark Gay bloke from Chelsea, doesn't really get much game time at Chelsea, he's come down to us. But we've not gone and spent like a Beto, I think he was like 40 million at Everton. Calvert-Lewin's gone to Leeds now. You've seen Gyökeres go to Arsenal. They've had a massive gap since, like you were saying, Darren Bent earlier on about Gyökeres coming in.
Can I just ask? So we are off air at 7. All right. Is there an end to this question?
Yeah.
My arm's hurting.
I've got to go home to see my
you know what it
wife
was?
and kids soon as well.
Thinking about all the great strikers we had, but basically we've strengthened everywhere but centre forward. So I'm just thinking now, is that something that we would need to do? Do you think to stay up in the Premier League this season?
Do you know what?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you know what the problem is? It's trying to find one. I think Gui, as you said, from Chelsea, he might be the answer, but it is a risk because he hasn't played much football. But you just said it there. You named 4 or 5, and these are the guys that are regarded the best in Europe. Now, to find a centre forward, I think for Sunderland, you're going to have to go back to the Championship, or really your scouting department's got to be good, because I think there's about 7, 8 teams really that are scratching around for a decent centre forward, and if you can't find that one, you've got to take a risk on someone.
I think you've got to try and hope that the boy from Chelsea is almost like Danny Welbeck when we were there. Yeah. You know, Danny Welbeck come on loan from Man United and was absolutely unbelievable in the dressing room and on the pitch, you know. So I think you've strengthened in the right places, I think, because I will say the defence is what keeps you up, the defence is what wins you leagues. He will say different, it's the strikers. But I will say putting the ball in the back of the net is probably the hardest thing to do in football. You ain't got a Darren Bent no more. But if you've got this young guy that from Chelsea coming involved, you've got to hope that he is like a Danny Welbeck when we were there.
Yeah. Good question. A long one, but a good one. Where are we going next, Angelina?
We've got Gillian here, who is a Burnley fan. What is your question?
So given the gap that has occurred between the Championship and the Premier League and how difficult it is for teams to stay up, how much would you say a positive start to the season is? And more specifically, given Burnley's difficult set of initial fixtures, how much is that going to hamper their chances of staying up?
Do you know what? I think it's imperative that you get off to a good start.
Can I just say, sorry, so you've got Spurs, Man United, Liverpool, Forest, Man City and Villa in your opening 7 games.
Oh,
yeah. See you later.
No, I think it's important that you have to start well. What I will say for Burnley, though, I think the way that you've done it in the Championship this time around, in terms of not conceding any goals, I think will stand you in good stead when you get up to the Premier League now. It's still going to be difficult because you're up against the very, very best, but the way that Vincent Kompany got in, you had no chance. Too open, too many good players in the Premier League that will carve you apart. But I think with this Scotty Parker type mould, I think you've got a better chance of staying up, but you're going to have to get points on the board. You don't want to go 4, 5, 6 games and no points on the board because then it's an uphill battle all season.
I think it's almost it can be a blessing and a curse when you talk about having such a hard start. You know, you're going into the start of the season, you're up in the Premier League, you're playing against teams where you're not expected to win. The pressure ain't on your team. You know, so that can play a part where there's players that have never played in the Premier League before are coming into the situation where, right, there's no pressure. They're going to feel like there's no pressure. Because if you was playing Leeds, you're playing Sunderland, you as fans are expecting your team to win. It's a different kettle of fish. Add on top of that, you're playing in the Premier League, it's different. You know, so if you go in there and you start really, really well, your confidence is at all-time high. If that happens, there's no reason why that can propel you. Come Christmas, you're doing okay. So it could be a blessing, it could be a curse. We don't know.
Great question. Give yourself a round of applause. And a round of applause for dancing on ice is Anton Ferdinand as well. Still to come, we'll be chatting to talkSPORT's very own Jason Cundy to discuss whether Chelsea should be considered serious title challengers next season. But first, what's that? You want another no Googling? Hit that button, Jack. Yes, we want to know. This is a great question. Who was the last team to avoid relegation after being bottom of the Premier League at Christmas? Wow. Great question. The answer to that, the fun boy, and loads more. And more from you lot, more importantly. Right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT. We'll see you in a second.
Who doesn't love the Ryder Cup, the competition that ignites and unites the greats of golf like no other. 1927 brought us the very first edition at the Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. For the first 22 editions, when it was just British and Irish golfers versus the US, America were only beaten 3 times. But in 1979, in came Europe, and in came Seve Ballesteros, who went on to win 5 of them. Since Team Europe became a thing, the head-to-head reads Europe 13, USA 9. Europe's last away win was the miracle at Medina in 2012. America hasn't won on European soil since 1993 at the Belfry. So what about the money? The most recent Ryder Cup in Rome drew in a record 271,000 spectators and boosted the Italian economy by €262 million. The PGA of America TV deal with NBC is worth $440 million, but 2025 will be the first time ever that the US team will receive a fee for playing. Of course, in Rome, legend has it Patrick Cantley refused to wear his cap because he wasn't being paid to wear it, though he insisted it simply didn't fit. Either way, Team Europe have made it clear they're more than happy to keep playing for the thrill, joy and prestige of the Ryder Cup.
Welcome back to Drive's Premier League launch show on talkSPORT. We're live from the terrace here at the News Building. I'm here. Darren Bennett's here. Before the break, I asked a question. This is a great question. Who was the last team to avoid relegation after being bottom at Christmas of the Prem? Anyone? What? West Brom is the wrong answer. Wolves. It was Wolves. Yeah. I know, I hope they're not bottom there this time round. Still to come, we'll be having some fun with the best of talkSPORT and One More Billy. Who's looking forward to seeing One More Billy up on stage for the end of the show quiz? Oh, there's Billy's dad over there. But now we're going to be discussing all things Chelsea and whether they should be considered serious title challengers next season, this season. The Blues have had a busy summer being crowned world champions in America. New players have come in, some have left. So joining us now to talk all things Chelsea is none other than the... Is it still going, the Sports Bar? I thought that finished years ago. The host of the Sports Bar. Put your hands together or boo for the one and only Jason Cundy. Look at him. Hey, G, how's it going, man? Jason Cundy, it's lovely to see you.
Hello, boys.
Oh, is it on?
I don't know.
There
is
you
it
go,
on?
that's
there
better.
You go. Hello, boys.
Jason Cundy,
Good afternoon, everyone.
Round of applause
Up
for the
the
pub
Chelsea.
boy.
Up the Chelsea.
Jay, lovely to see you. Firstly, am I right in saying you've got an award-winning podcast called 21 Minutes to Go
Do you know
out
what?
now, available to download
I'm so
free from
glad you
iTunes?
mentioned that.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
not
Who's
quite
downloaded that podcast?
Positive.
So
Yeah.
they're getting free beer and free pizza.
Yeah,
Who's
I know.
going to download our podcast? You liars. Good to see you, fun boy. You all right?
How
You
are we?
good?
Yeah. How much fun? Any Spurs fans in here? How much fun was that last night?
Good Champions League badge. Look.
Honestly, it's so much fun. You must have enjoyed that as well, right?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, it was
Yeah?
pleasantly smiling.
So
It's
good.
funny, when he points to his Champions League badge
Yeah.
and we all laugh,
Yeah.
that's how we feel when you point to your World Club Champion badge.
I
whatever
know,
that
but
is.
we've won that. You haven't. We won the Club World Cup. Get in.
That's all from Jason
champions.
Cundy. Listen, we're very excited about, as we all are, the new Premier League season just around the corner. As a Chelsea fan, and I remember having this conversation with you last year, it's all sort of like, you must fancy it. And you're like, no, new manager, new players are coming too early. Is it still the same in your mind? It's too early to consider you being champions?
Yeah, I think it's still too early, but I want to see a challenge this season. I want to see us get closer. We're only 5 points behind their mob, by the way, and they're the closest to them. We're not as good as Liverpool, we're not as good as Arsenal. But I think that we can cause a bit of a storm this season. I think we'll give a lot of teams a bloody nose, and the big dogs. We haven't really beaten a big dog. I know we beat Liverpool, but they'd already won the title. For me, that didn't quite count. But we showed against PSG what we are capable of. We are capable of going toe-to-toe with some of the biggest clubs in the world. Everyone tells me PSG are the best club in the world, right? Right? And they're a good side. Look what we did to them. We are capable.
Yeah, but you did it in a Mickey Mouse competition. Let's have it right.
No, it's not. See, it's Mickey Mouse because you weren't in it.
No, but come on.
I seem to remember you foregoing the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Right? For that Mickey Mouse competition.
Yeah, but that wasn't our. That was the choice of the FA.
I don't care. But what I'm saying is, you gave up the FA Cup for it, and now all of a sudden it's Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Isn't it amazing?
Who are the last Club World Cup champions?
Real
Madrid.
Real Madrid.
It was Real Madrid.
Oh, was it? I mean, no one knows, right?
No. But here's the thing. This is the first, and because it's the first competition, you look at the teams who are in it. You look at the teams that we beat, and do you know what? Man City wanted it.
No, listen.
PSG wanted it. Real Madrid wanted it.
Winning it is an achievement. I get that, right? But you can't base how you're going to do this season on the back of that competition. You can't. It's a pre-season comp, right?
No. Okay. So are you saying we've won the first major trophy this season, or is it the end of last season or beginning of this?
Either way, I don't know.
Well, I get it. I want to know which. I think it's the end of last season.
Okay.
I don't want it to be part of this season. That's the end of last season, right? But we beat PSG and we beat them well. We showed what we're capable of, and everyone thought we'd get spanked. Everyone did. I come in. People telling me. I was bumping into some bloke in the pub on the day of the game, and he said to me, "You're going to get whooped, right?" Everyone thought it, and we didn't. We showed them what we're capable of. I think that we're not good enough to win the title yet, but I think we're capable of going much closer and causing a lot of teams a lot of problems, including your mob, by the way.
Has he got
us? I know you weren't talking about them.
Don't talk about my team. Has he got a free run? And by that I mean, you overachieved in his first season as manager. And there was moments, I don't know if you remember, there were moments around Christmas time we'll question whether or not he's going to keep his job. What's he got to do this season to keep that momentum in the right?
Minimum top four. That is an absolute minimum, okay? I think we need to go deep in the Champions League. We saw what Villa did. Villa pushed PSG, by the way.
Yeah.
I think saw what Villa did. We limped out of the League Cup away at Newcastle. Sorry, I thought we were pretty terrible that day. FA Cup, we got beat by Brighton, well and truly. That can't happen. We need to be better in domestic cups. The Champions League, of course, is a competition where last year we went into the Conference League and you had two teams. You had the luxury of having two teams, one for the Carabao Cup and Conference League, and one for the Premier League. That ain't going to happen this season. So he's now got to integrate, got to find a way to get the best out of this squad to compete in the Premier League, and that's the challenge, and the Champions League. They're the two you've got to really show your teeth. What are you laughing at?
No. Passion. I like it.
I'm a big fan of Cole Palmer. I think he's a genius. I absolutely do. I think he's going to be player of the season as well. How important is he to your push?
He's crucial. He's absolutely crucial. Yeah.
Who's more crucial, him or Caicedo?
That's a very good question. I thought Caicedo was our best player last year. It depends. That's a real tough question, actually, because they're both so important.
Do you want to pass on it?
No, I just think, Caicedo, without Caicedo, defensively not the same team. Without Palmer, as an attacking force, not the same team. It's, two different parts of the game. But those two players, if they stay fit, which, injuries you can't legislate for, but if they stay fit, we'll do all right. I mean, I don't think we're good enough to win the title, as I've said, but we'll do all right.
Where were you feeling? We're going to carry on this chat. Angelina's got a Chelsea fan. Where would Chelsea finish?
Second or third.
Okay. Angelina, who you got?
I've actually got two Chelsea fans from Chelsea Fancast. We've got Mark and Dan. Let's get straight into it with the questions.
Hi, Jason. Good to see you.
Hello, Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Yeah, good, bud.
Sorry, Andy. Just catching up.
You know we're live, right? It's not a phone call. It's not a WhatsApp group we're in.
I share your optimism about where we'll likely finish this season. Rumoured with a lot of players we potentially could buy. If there's one player or one position we should fill to make us title contenders this season, what would that be?
I think the goalkeeping area is something that we looked at. Mike Mannion was an area, a player that we went in for some reason the deal didn't get done.
He got the worst audition as well against
He
you.
was terrible. Honestly, he was shocking.
Yeah.
I was at the game. The centre-back is really interesting because Levi Colwell's gone injured now. I feel for him because he's not just his season's over, but his World Cup ambitions are finished as well. I'm not sure I'm not sure there's, other than the goalkeeper, there's an area where you really need to have surgery on. And it feels to me, if you noticed, as a Chelsea vendor, at the back end of last season, Robert Sanchez changed his game. He was playing balls short, he was inviting the press, and eventually, at some point, he would either give the ball away or his pass would be misplaced and someone else would give the ball away and we caused pressure. Towards the end of the season, he went long. And it really did eradicate a lot of the mistakes at the back. But I feel that going long also caused problems because we saw Nicholas Jackson get sent off against Newcastle. And I felt that he was getting frustrated because balls were going long. He's up against the giants at the back there. And I felt that he eventually gave the red card away, and I think a bit of frustration crept into his game. As long as we got that right going into the season, who are we, what are we going to do? Some teams won't press. There'll be certain teams. I don't expect Crystal Palace press. They might force the issue on Sanchez, but I think largely that teams will try and press him if we give them the opportunity. But it looks like he's got the gloves.
Okay, I know it's windy, just maybe cover up both your hairs so they don't fly off. Who else have you got alongside?
He's already.
Talking of hair that's blown away.
A long time ago. So, Jace, apart from your good self, banging the Chelsea drum, the media always gives Chelsea a really, really tough time. Why do you think it is, and what do we need to do to be taken seriously? Because the last turn of the century, the most successful domestic club, why do we get the abuse and why are we not receptive?
Do you feel as though you do?
No, I know where he's coming from, but I'm not in that camp. I think if you asked every single supporter here, Arsenal fans feel that they're vilified.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
See?
We are.
Right there. Spurs fans will feel that they are. There'll be Leeds or whoever it might be. Man United fans, right? So, but here's what I think going to the root of your question is. Because we've done things in a different way, we upset people. When Roman came in and spent the money he did, we won the trophies. Everyone's saying we bought the title, we got no history. We ain't got a history title now. That's 20 years ago. And now we're an established Premier League big dog. And in Europe, we've won everything. We've won the lot. And I think that upsets people because the money we spend, I'm not sure that people really do. I think it probably feels like it from a Chelsea fan's point of view, but I'm not totally on board with that, if I'm honest.
They've been mocking the Club World Cup since the start of the show.
I know.
No. He has.
I know, but like I said,
but can I just ask?
There's a bit of envy there.
Can I just ask? All jokes aside, the Club World Cup. You'd rather win the League Cup, right?
No, rubbish.
The League Cup's got more history.
I'm the same as you.
The League Cup's got more history, right? You'd rather win that.
Of course it has, but then we won't win everything.
No, but what would you rather win?
You enter to try and win it.
What's hard at win?
It's another
What's
thing.
hard at win?
No, but come on, realistically. What would you rather win this season? The FA Cup or the Club World Cup?
FA Cup all day, every day, because I grew up with it.
You said League Cup.
I know, but I was losing that argument.
Yeah. No, but for me, it's the FA Cup, because growing up, the FA Cup were magical. And, if we got past the fourth round 30 years ago, it was a good season. But FA Cup for me, but any cup's great.
Well, let me ask you now. I'll ask both of you, but I'll stay with you for a moment because Jason was saying, again, he doesn't think that Chelsea are going to win the Premier League, maybe third, I think.
Second or third.
I
think we're capable, yeah.
When does that conversation turn into we need to win it now?
I think season after next. I think last season we started really well, dodgy at Christmas, picked up, finished really, really well. Procession to win the Conference League. I think this season be a lot closer. I think season after then we've got to be serious contenders. A bit like Arteta. Third or fourth season in, we've got to be really asking the question.
Okay, are you Dan or Mark?
I'm Dan.
Okay, so Mark, what do you think?
I would agree with Dan. I think this season I would expect top four, but the season after next, I would hope that we are challenging for the title.
I think what we've also got to remember is we have the youngest ever Premier League squad ever last season. We finished fourth, right? So if you try to imagine what that team squad might look like in 2 to 3 years' time, how that squad will develop. And that's the problem. They're buying players not for now. We'll only know whether the direction that the new owners have gone under, whether this has really worked in 2 to 3 to 4 years' time.
At the moment, it seems to be working, right?
Well, at the moment,
it's early, but it does.
I mean, look.
Yeah.
What more could we have done last season? other than progress into the cup competition. We ain't going to finish above. We ain't going to finish above City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. We simply weren't. Everyone's raving about Eddie Howe, right? Rightly so. Unai Emery, right? Two good managers, really good. He finished above them, and everyone say, yeah, the money you spent. But look at the squads and the experience of those squads. Young players. It's only Cole Palmer's second ever Premier League season ever. I know he played for City, but in terms of a full season, this is a young squad that's growing together. And do you know what? There's a real camaraderie. And I think he's got more choice, it feels, this year. And it feels a more stable squad than at any time since the owners have come in.
Okay. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good work. We're going to keep Jason Cundy because when we come back, he's going to prove a lot of people wrong because he'll prove that ex-footballers can read. The best of talkSPORT right after this. Live or drive on talkSPORT. See you in a second.
Still to come.
Welcome back to Drive. We are live on the 14th floor, and just listen to our live audience. Hey! We've got loads coming up in the last hour. Alex Crook will be here. I've got something funny to tell you.
I can see him over there.
Where is he?
At the
I mean,
back
to be
there.
fair, you could see him from anywhere. Has he got his football shirt on?
No, he's drinking a beer then.
Oh, that's surprising. Put the burger down. Put the chips down. Put the KFC down.
Yes, Crookie, we're talking to you.
Put the kebab down. Put the sausage. Yeah, you get the joke. Right, shall we have some fun with the best of talkSPORT? I hear you ask. Yes, we shall. Press the button, Jack. Yes, some of the best of talkSPORT Friends, where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. Let's start off with this morning's breakfast show. The wonderful Shaban Hearn was alongside Aston Villa's former top goal scorer, Gabby Agbonlahor. And in case you didn't know, Gabby can do a mean Geordie accent. I don't know if he can.
Oh, lass. Wee man.
Scottish, isn't it?
To
be fair, this list looks like it's Glaswegian.
I know.
Have you given him the wrong list?
I'm Ganyim. What does that mean? I'm going home. I'm Ganyim. Okay, this is the easy one. Away the lads. But we win out this year, I'm telling.
Do you know, I'm devastated. I missed that show this morning. Right, Jason, I'm going to ask you both the same question.
Right.
Can you give me your best Geordie accent? Jason first.
Hey, man.
Ain't bad, that.
Is that all right? Where's the Geordie's name? Yeah?
Caligula says no.
Is that all right?
Where are you going?
Jack,
Can I go the same line?
Yeah.
Aye, why, man?
Yeah, brilliant. Which city in the UK has the best accent? Which has got the worst? Jay, which has got the best?
In the UK?
Yeah.
Best.
I'm going Scouse.
No. Right, Jay, look where you are.
Yeah.
Remember where you are. Which
Yeah.
city's got the best accent, Jay? Where you are?
London.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Look, Man United fans. Yeah. Oh, forgot. Where are you going? Worse?
Scouse. Oh, worse?
Oh, no, he said Scouse.
No,
Move on, Crillian. If you could get Gabby to play one part in any famous film or TV show, what would you pick?
James Bond.
Oh, no, that would be funny.
I'd love to see him as that James Bond.
Don't forget the breakfast show returns tomorrow morning with Big Alan Brazil and Ray Party Parlour.
Over to this morning's White and Jordan show, and it was a member of the production staff's birthday today, and Simon had some kind words.
I look at Joe and I think, hopeless case. Yeah. And then I think of you at 29. What were you
challenged?
What were you doing at 29? But he's called Referee Joe because he would like one day to be a top-class referee. There is no chance of that happening. But in a training session, he did himself recently his hamstring, didn't he? Hence, you lent him a machine.
Yeah, I assumed he pulled his hamstring sprinting away from the studio so he could have 3 weeks off when no one else was here.
Is that the...
By the way, Simon had just delivered milk tray moments before that was taken.
Well, he dyes his bonnet, doesn't he, Simon? Look at that.
Huh?
He dyes
Well,
it.
lemon juice. Of course he dyes it.
Have you got a birthday message for Referee Joe?
Is that Joe the accountant who we play dance with? Oh, I love Joe. He's one of the good boys.
Oh, so
What is he, 45?
Yeah.
Happy 45th, Joe.
Jason?
Happy birthday.
Oh, well done, Joe. Detail there.
Well,
He'll love
no,
that.
what do you want me to say? I don't know.
This is definitely for you.
Yeah.
Why are you so mean to the Drive Time team on air?
Oh, no, I love Drive Time team. I absolutely love them. I'll take them all out and I'll leave them there. I love Drive Time.
Yeah? What would you do if you started to go bald?
What do you mean started?
You know what? I'll go this way. If you start to go bald.
That won't happen, will it? Look at me.
I'd love to see
Getting thick, am I? Look at the wind, look.
I'd love to see it bald, wouldn't you? I might go for a hair transplant, mate.
Which one?
You let me stop.
You know I've got a new wax coming out. Do you know that in September?
You haven't mentioned it.
Have I
I'm
not?
amazed, no, you've not mentioned it.
$29.99 available with John Lewis. I'll let you know when it's out.
I don't know, you've not mentioned it.
Have you got any more things to say?
That's it.
Okay.
Do
Sure?
you want to do the outline for
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Remember all the
Listen to this.
Remember all the best bits of White and Jordan. Check it out.
Forget that. Move on to the next bit, that bit there.
I ain't doing that bit.
Check out 21 minutes to go, the brand new podcast with Jason Cunningham. Has anyone downloaded it yet? Just lie. Has anyone downloaded it yet? Good work, you liars. Right, let's finish with a clip from last night's sports bar. They're still on.
It's still going. Still hanging in there.
Jamie O'Hara returned from his 7th holiday of the year to be alongside the legend that is Jason Cundy. Here they are in a quiz, trying to guess 10 famous Franks.
Thomas Frank.
McAvenny.
Frank Sinatra.
Lampard.
Yes. Frank Bush. No. Frank Bush.
Frank and Beans.
Frankie Benny's.
Yeah, Frank and Benny's. Frank.
Four more.
Frankie. Frankie Stein. Frankie Stein.
Right, to Cundit says here, Jay, you got maximum points on the questions about Toy Story, but nothing else on football questions.
Yeah.
What's all that about? Why do you watch Toy Story so much?
I've got kids. You know what it's like. I mean, it's a great. I've got kids.
Yeah, but your kids are 25.
Yeah, I've got a 32-year-old. I've got a 10-year-old as well. So I've done the whole.
Yeah, but when they go out, you put Toy Story
I
on.
love Toy Story.
To Darren, name 5 famous Darrens.
Darren Day, Darren Lewis, Darren Ambrose.
Darren Lewis?
Yeah, he's
famous.
Yeah.
The editor of the Mirror.
Yeah, Darren Lewis.
Okay, yeah.
Darren Ambrose.
Sports editor.
Darren Barker. Darren Campbell.
Assistant to the sports editor.
Yeah, assistant editor.
Okay. To Jason, name 5 other Cundis. No, sorry, five Jasons.
Jason Donovan.
Statham.
Jason Statham.
No help, no help. Let his brain work. We can hear the cogs go round.
Oh, no. There aren't that many Jasons.
There's loads of Jasons.
Oh, there. Help me out then.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Argonauts.
Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason K, the fella you're named after.
Jason King.
That's him, yeah, him as well.
Jason King.
And JK, is Jason K.
JK.
Yeah, well done. Cundy and I'll be back taking your calls on the Sports Bar tonight. Is that right? You working tonight?
Still here, mate.
Still on that show?
Somehow, still going.
Well, I'll tell you what, why will I? Why don't you say hello to both your listeners? Right, make sure, of course, you've got the talkSPORT app. You can swipe through talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2, and all of our other sister stations, so you never miss a moment. When we come back, our chief football correspondent, Alex Cook, would have finished the kebab, the burger, the chips, the steak, the milkshakes, fingers crossed, and he'll be on the stage to tell us more. Last hour drive, live from the 14th floor, coming your way right after this. Don't go anywhere.
The name's Bond, James Bond.
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. And Man United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are just some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez joined United from Arsenal back in 2018 and became the highest paid player in the Prem. He'd averaged almost 1 goal every 2 games for the Gunners, but in his 45 games for Man United, he only managed 5 goals. Not what you want from a star striker. Next up, Radamel Falcao. He earned himself the nickname the Tiger for his sheer efficiency and the way he used to pounce upon the mistakes of defenders. But at Man United, he was way more pussycat than Tiger, to be honest. All he managed in 29 Man United games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone much worse for Jadon Sancho at Man United. Yeah, it would have been hard to outdo his Borussia Dortmund form, but 12 goals in 83 games is not great. Things got worse after a public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. Sancho said he was being made a scapegoat. Ten Hag said there'd been a discipline issue. It all ended up with Sancho going back to Germany. Next, Erik ten Hag probably thought he was being smart in sticking to what he knew when he signed Antony from his former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian hasn't really been able to hack it in the Prem. Chances are Antony's Man United days are numbered. Next, the curse of the Man United number 7 shirt. Not an easy act following Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and George Best, but Memphis Depay was another striker who was apparently allergic to scoring for United. He scored just 7 in 53 appearances, a huge letdown since he'd helped PSV win the Dutch league just a season before joining. Last one, Angel Di Maria was set to be United's landmark signing when he joined in 2014, but 1 season later he was already on his way out. 4 goals in 32 games was just not good enough, given he'd broken the British record transfer fee when he signed. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the Prem for a while, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
Welcome back to the last hour drive time and our Premier League launch show on talkSPORT. We're live from the terrace here at the News Building. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Med's still here.
So we've got to give you one as well. Andy Goldstein's still here.
God bless you all. Can I just say before we move on, firstly, you've been absolutely brilliant. Everyone good? Everyone enjoyed themselves? Yeah. Are you getting free alcohol? Yeah. Or soft drinks, whatever you want. And are you getting food? We fed you yet? Haven't we? But you got the beer, though, yeah? Who's hungry? Yeah. Who wants food? Yeah. Nothing to do with me. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to the drive time derby. We've got to have a bet on that as Arsenal get spanked at Old Trafford on Sunday. But now let's turn our attention back to Liverpool. They kick off the Premier League season tomorrow against Bournemouth. It's live and exclusive on talkSPORT from 8 p.m. and it has been a busy summer for the champions with plenty of incomings and outgoings as well. Reds manager Arne Slot, he's been speaking to the media ahead of his side's season opener, and he was asked for an update on his side's move for Crystal Palace skipper Mark Gurhey.
No. No, because he's not our player, and unfortunately he was the captain of the team where we lost against last Sunday. So no, if you want to have any talks about him, you should go to Palace, to Glasgow, and ask him his opinion about him.
We can go on. What you going to say?
I always say in those scenarios, I never understand why managers don't go, we can't sign him, but he's a good player. Like,
you can't, not allowed tapping up. You can't do that.
No, he's a good player.
You can't say that's tapping up.
It's opinion.
You can't give opinion. It's tapping up.
Okay.
Right, joining us now to give us the latest on all of Liverpool's transfer news is someone that's never going to get tapped up from another company. It's talkSPORT's chief football correspondent. Put your hands together for the one, the only, I don't know, I'm going big for this, Alex Crook is here.
By the way, do you two like haddock? Dinner, either swordfish and salad or steak and calamari.
I actually had ice cream outside the Trevi Fountain in Rome.
I did have a burger today. You do tend to let it slip on a Sunday.
Cooking it up today, Alex! Come on, let's hear Alex Crook's here. Crookie, how did you look remarkably good? How are you?
I'm good.
Can I just say, firstly, thank you for my top. Alex Crook got me this top.
I did.
Courtesy of our friends at Adidas.
Nice little freebie for both of you.
Yeah.
Did you get this as well?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Look after me, mate.
Very kind
and you
of you.
too.
Yeah. I did. If you're going to fight with fire, I did look at the sizes when they were in the bag. So mine's obviously medium, a little bit tight, but it's medium. Darren's is
XL.
XL. You've gone for treble XL.
Double XL.
I added another one on.
You did. You did.
It's good to say. I didn't even know that one was about. That's the second kit, is it?
Yeah, I quite like it, actually. It's all right.
It is nice. Yeah, I think this one's better.
I do as well.
Old school. This reminds me of Mark
You're going to get
Hughes,
a number 7
Cantona.
on the back?
Well,
Got to
Beckham.
get a number 7 on the back.
Beckham, Cantona.
Oh, Cantona. Come on.
Okay. It reminds me of the Cantona night.
Yeah.
But I think of Mark Hughes. I think of Lee Sharp doing the Sharpie Shuffle.
Yeah, at Villa
Good
Park
time.
on a Monday night.
How was your summer? Nice summer?
It was all right until I met you on a beach. That was unfortunate.
But what did you do that? I mean, obviously, you were there with your family, lovely family.
Oh, this is.
He's been saving this.
This is amazing.
Lovely family, treating the kids. What did
She's
you
here,
do
look, my daughter's
I know.
here. Yeah.
Where did you take them to that evening when they were having a really good time on the beach?
Well, actually, she refused to come, Annabelle, my oldest
Good.
daughter. But
Why? Go where? What were you to say? You're on holiday with your family.
Never off duty, you know that.
Right.
So I went to watch Fulham Forest in a friendly.
Look, I was laughing.
So sad.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You know, in America, you can legally get a divorce from your parents. Did you know that? You can do that. Yeah, my advice.
My youngest daughter cried.
See?
And said, I miss mummy. After about half an hour. I said, look, Morgan Gibbs White's coming on second half. You'll be all right.
I bet they can't wait till Christmas time. Double XL, who's that for, Daddy? Right, listen, let's stay with Liverpool. We just heard from their manager. Obviously, you can't say anything yet. What's the latest with Mark Gurhey?
Difficult deal to do, I think, for Liverpool, that one, because Steve Parish is driving a hard bargain. I think the fee is still north of £40 million. Obviously, Liverpool aware that he's a free agent at the end of the season. It's a gamble if they don't come in now and they try and sign him in the summer, because I think there's going to be a lot of clubs who would take him on a free transfer, not just in this country, but probably overseas as well. But at the moment, that one doesn't seem to be moving too rapidly. And I think Gay, for his part, is quite relaxed because he knows he's Palace captain. He's going to play week in, week out. He's got a European campaign to come, albeit not in the competition that he would want to be in. And I think if he does play week in, week out for Forest, and he stays fit and he keeps his form, for Palace,
chief football correspondent.
I think he'll be England's first choice central defender at a World Cup.
So do you think? Let's stay with that then for a moment, because of course you want to be playing regularly when you've got a World Cup. Yeah, I mean you want to be playing regularly anyway. Do you think that if he went to Liverpool, he wouldn't be their first choice alongside Virgil van Dijk?
Well, I think it's difficult, isn't it, to break up that Van Dijk-Canate partnership, but there's still the ongoing situation in the background with Canate and his contract. Is he going to sign, or is he going to follow Trent Alexander-Arnold out the door on a free transfer? So there's lots of things at play, but at the moment I don't think Gay to Liverpool is particularly hot.
Is that because they've agreed a deal with Parma for their defender Giovanni? Is it Leone?
Leone, yeah.
Leone. Would that affect Liverpool's move for Mark?
No, I think if they could do both, they would, because obviously Jarrell Quansah has left. Joe Gomez is back in training, but how long can you trust him to stay fit for? And I think they're aware that if anything was to happen to Van Dijk or Canate, they're a bit short-handed in the centre of defence. But this boy they've signed from Parma, I've spoken to a lot of people, one of whom was very close to Parma last season. He thinks he's the real deal. They're surprised that Liverpool have got him for as little as £26 million. They think he's going to be a real talent.
I always like putting you on the spot. Will Mark Gurhey be a Liverpool player when the window closes?
I think he'll stay at Palace.
Okay. Let's continue our Newcastle-Liverpool chat. Let's head back to our wonderful audience and the equally brilliant Angelina Kelly. Angelina, what's going on?
So I am sensing a bit of an atmosphere here. I've got to my left, I've got Adil from the Anything Liverpool podcast, and to my right, I've got some Newcastle fans, Will and Ali from Talk of the Toon podcast. They've not even said 2 words to each other, I'll be honest. I mean, can you even look at the Liverpool fans?
No, not at all. Get them away. I'm just waiting for him to tap me up.
I'll keep that to yourself, if I were you.
Feeling pretty pleased with yourself? You've ruffled the feathers already, Newcastle?
Give me a striker from Sweden.
You can only have him if you pay 150 mil.
Sorry, can we keep the whole song going? See who quits first.
Anything else?
No. We'll take him off your hands. No problem.
Right, so let's get into the questions. So, Adil, we'll start with you, because you're the happier of everyone here. What's your question for Andy, Benty and Crookie?
I don't think Andy's going to like this one, but if Liverpool were to win number 21, could you accept, and will you accept, that Liverpool are a bigger club than Man United?
Well, firstly, it would be 20.5. Not 20.
Still a lot more.
Will it be your third title in about 34 years, yeah? If you win it. I would never accept it, just how you would never accept it the other way around, right? But Liverpool looks such a great force at the moment. They're my favourites to win the Premier League title. I don't think you can't really write off Man City, but I just think it will click again with Liverpool. If Isak comes, I think it's over. I really do think that would be absolutely massive. But I just don't. I mean, Cookie, you're in a better position to answer this question. I don't know what's happening with this. Where are we at with this? Because it seems like he's packed up. Whether or not it's the end of his lease agreement, which I've read a few times, or whether or not he just wants to call it a day in Newcastle. But it looks like he'll never play for Newcastle again. Does that mean that he will be a Liverpool player when the window closes? Where are we at with this saga?
Well, he'll never play for Newcastle again until the transfer window closes, and you get to September the 1st and he's still there because it's a World Cup year, and you know it's as important for Alexander Isak to be playing regularly in a World Cup year as for anybody else. He's doing his best, isn't he, to force his way out. He's doing his best, I think, to alienate the Newcastle fans. Eddie Howe, I can see in his body language that he's absolutely furious. I'm sure there's players in that dressing room. While some will sympathise with his plight, there'll be others who don't. I think he's made his position untenable. I mean, I'd love to know from the Newcastle fans if he does stay and he is still a Newcastle player on September the 1st, when he next runs out at St James's Park, what kind of reception will he get?
Probably quite frosty, but I think we've gone through all the emotions so far. It's obviously anger, sadness. You're kind of at the acceptance stage now. Like, you've got to be level-headed. He is one of the best strikers in the world. We've been very lucky to have him. I think he's got a lot to thank us for and Eddie Howe for getting him to where he's got to now, but he has a ceiling, and I don't know if we're there for him. It's just about getting the right amount of...
That's a really grown-up answer.
Well, that's the thing. We've had a lot of time to stew over it because it seems to be going on for about 3 months now. So
has he not tarnished his legacy, though?
No, 100%, yeah. There's absolutely zero respect left for him as an individual now.
But you say that football fans have got, I include myself, we've got no morals, right? Your second game of the season, genuinely, your second game of the season, I think I'm right in saying home to Liverpool.
It is,
Now, if he plays for Newcastle and scores the winner, all is forgotten?
He won't play in that.
He just won't play. No, I don't think he'll play until the window's over, as Alex says. But, yeah, it'll be a frosty response, I think, but we're obviously an incredibly loving fan base. I think Eddie Howe's put a lot of trust and love into him and done a lot for him.
Do you want him to stay?
I'm personally at the stage of I don't know if you can recover from that. I don't know if you can come back from the position he's put himself in. If a bid comes in for 140, 150 million, that's game changer for us, and it unlocks loads of investment to go back into the team.
But you haven't answered my question. Do you want him to stay?
Right now, no.
Okay,
Sorry, where is he in terms of... We know Shearer's obviously the top...
Number 2.
So you put him above Andy Cole...
Oh, no, sorry. In terms of stats, he's our second highest goal scorer in the Prem.
Yeah, but you mean like loved by...
I'm talking about loved by the... Shearer's one. Then where is he in terms of... Because you've had Les, you've had Andy Cole.
I mean, before all
Andy Cole left.
Yeah. Andy Cole's on the same level, but before all the saga, he was right up there. Like, he got the winning goal in our first cup in 70 years.
Yeah.
Like, that should be hero cult status, but... You know, we're quite fickle as fans, so it's just whatever's happened. What's the latest thing to happen?
Of course.
And I think he's just ruined his legacy a little bit.
Let me ask you a bouncer. I don't know your name. Sorry, but do you want him to stay?
No, I kind of reflect Will's comments. No, I think he's done too much now. It's played out the way it has. He's been a fantastic servant for the club, but I think now is the time to ship him on. And yeah, if a right offer comes in, ideally outside of the Premier League, because if we send him to Liverpool, look, you know, there is a food chain. I respect that, but we'll be strengthening a rival personally. So I'd like to see him go abroad.
Is it just the way he's done it? That's what's really
absolutely, yeah,
like you'd let him go if he hadn't done all this and Liverpool still come and got him. You'd be okay, fair enough, because it's Liverpool.
I don't know, but it's more to do with what I think the silence has been loud from Isaac's camp, really, and you want to say part of it could be his agent, you know, and just left Isaac out to dry. But yeah, I think the fact that he hasn't come out and said anything says a lot to us as fans.
Okay, some great retro tops. Good work, boys. Yeah. Just quickly with Isak, now Liverpool, when they put in their bid, it was about 110 million plus add-ons, and said, which I was really surprised about, that's it, take it or leave it, we're not coming back with a bigger bid.
Yeah, they never really said that.
Did they not?
You don't.
I think you reported that, Crookie, didn't you?
No, what I said was they weren't going to get drawn into a string of rejected offers, but once they got the nod from Newcastle, they'd signed a replacement, they were willing to get round the negotiation table, then they would come back. You don't put 110 million plus add-ons bid in for a player and walk away when it's rejected.
Crookie, I've got a question then for you, because there seems to be a bit of a kind of a merry-go-round. So, say Visser ends up going to Newcastle, will that then potentially free up him? Is that going to Liverpool?
It will help. I think ideally Newcastle want 2 strikers in because they've lost Callum Wilson as well at the end of the season, but certainly getting Visser over the line will probably embolden Liverpool, I would imagine. I think ideally they would want a Visser and say a Nicholas Jackson. I think if that happens, he will almost certainly go. Alexander Isak.
Okay, you're not going to certainly go. You're going to stay. So you've been brilliant. Give yourselves a round of applause. We'll carry on our Premier League chat when we come back and more from one from Alex Cook. Right after this, live on Drive from the 14th floor. We'll see you in a second.
Jackal.
You're listening to Drive's Premier League launch show on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bentley's here. We're live from the terrace here at the News Building. And we've got our wonderful audience, football fans. Give yourselves a... They have been fantastic this afternoon. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to the drive time derby as Arsenal travel to Old Trafford on Sunday to get absolutely hammered. Just quickly, Roma have made a £20 million bid, for Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho. Spurs are ready, this will be huge about them, Spurs are ready to make an approach to Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze, but want to pay less than the £67.5 million release clause. But now we can talk about a few other sides in the Premier League this season that we've not touched on. In fact, we can cross back over to our roving reporter, Angelina. She's not really roving, she's just sat in the front row, but she's doing a great job for us this afternoon. Who have you got alongside you now, Angelina?
I was going to say this is the most comfortable gig I've ever had. I've not moved at all. So we've got, first up, we've got Dave, who is from the Always Wolves podcast. Now, you've lost a few senior players this window. Are you confident in their replacements making an impact?
Do you know, I think most Wolves fans at this point of time are a little bit concerned. We've lost so much creativity with Mateus Cunha and, of course, Rayan Ait-Nouri. Sarabi has gone as well. We've lost our captain, Nelson Semedo. Our wing-backs are really important. We have brought in David Moller-Wolf. We've brought in Phil Lopez. And we've also brought in John Arias, who I believe was in the Club World Cup team of the tournament. And I believe, maybe Crookie can put a bit of answer on this, we're about to sign, hopefully, is it Jackson Chachui from Verona?
I'm glad you said that and not me.
Yeah, I hope I got that right.
I don't know if you got it right, but yeah, the signing is close. They're quite confident of getting that one done. He's a right back, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a right wing back, and the way Wolves play with Vitor Pereira, he likes to play really high wing backs, and it's so key, and we've lost both of our wing backs, so that's been a bit of a concern. I think if we can continue to strengthen in the window, which we need another 3 oven-ready players, then I hopefully be okay. But a lot of Wolves fans have been a bit concerned because the lack of creativity that we've lost from the the creativity that we've lost from the team.
Don't we usually have this conversation most starts? I mean, Gary Neal had the same problem when he spoke about recruitment. Like, you don't invest in the players that you need to obviously survive, and you always seem to survive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, last year we had 1 point after 9 games, so you were talking to the... it
was a bad start. It was a horrific start, though.
A terrible start, and then, I think Gary O'Neill was kept on longer because he'd just been given the 4-year contract, and it needed to change. Vitor Pereira's come in, he's got the club, he's been in the pub with the, talking about getting the points and then the points. He's really... connected with the fan base, and that's really good. And he's waited all his career to manage in the Premier League. He's a really good manager. He's an arm round the shoulder type of guy. And I believe in Vitor Pereira, but the board really have got to reinvest the money that we've made from, over 130 million in sales. We've really got to bring in some oven-ready players.
Dave, let me ask you a question. Wolves very close to my heart, though, and my dad's team, so I'm always looking out for their results.
Top man.
I do feel as though, and we've got Billy, the Brentford fan. We'll chat to Billy in just a second. But I do feel that when you're talking about, or when we're talking about teams that are possibly going to be relegated this season, it's the 3 that have come up, Brentford and Wolves. Do you understand, do you agree that Wolves are in that conversation or not?
100% are in the conversation. I mean, a lot of every single year recently we've been in the conversation since the last 2 or 3 years. When we came up under Nuno, we were 7th, 10th, 13th, 14th, 16th. If you do not move forward in the Premier League, you go backwards. And this is a year where next season it's the 150th anniversary of Wolverhampton Wanderers, 150 years. We have to be in the Premier League and we need to move forward. My dad, by the way, I've got to say, he's 89 next year. His dream is to go to an FA Cup final. Like the Crystal Palace
I'll tell him to start supporting Liverpool.
we want that sort of season like that Palace had last year. Wolves are a historic club. We've won every division. We're founder members of the Football League. We're a big club. And, sometimes I think we need to act a little bit more like a big club and look and move forward. And we want the owners to just really show a little bit more ambition.
OK, great answer. We've got Anton Ferdinand back with us, of course, West Ham superstar. You've got a West Ham fan next to you, Angelina.
Yes, and a talkSPORT Cup contestant as well, I might add. We've got Marcus from the West Ham Way podcast. How did you get on?
Typical West Ham, we went out in the first round to a lower league team.
But you got the talkSPORT trivia game, though, didn't you?
We did, so it wasn't a waste of a day.
No, of course not. Well, anyway, what is your question for Andy, Benzie, Crookie and Anton?
So I think my question is more around that last season for West Ham was a bit of a shambles. We moved on from the Moyes era. We appointed the wrong man in Lopetegui. Potter came in halfway through the season and didn't pull up any trees, really. However, with a full pre-season behind him, how do you think we're going to do this year? And does having a manager in place for that time make a difference going forward?
I think being a West Ham fan, and obviously I agree with what you said about last season being not a great season for us, but having been close to the squad this summer and seeing the way Graham Potter's worked with the lads, as I said before, I'm quietly confident. I think Graham Potter put in his work into the players, and I think there was a clip of one of his assistants, Bruno, on the training pitch, and you saw how clear his information was, and Benty will tell you the best managers and the best coaches are the ones that are clear and concise with their information, and I think the boys, a lot of the lads have seen that with Graham Potter and his coaching staff. So I think this year we're going to see a group of players that are going on the pitch, understanding and knowing what they've got to do. They've just got to put it to the task and make sure that they deliver what they're asked.
Angeli, we're running out of time, but I know you've got a Brentford fan alongside you, so we want to get his view on their new manager. Is it Keith Harris? Is that who you got in charge?
Yeah, well, not in... the fan that we've got is Billy from Besotted Podcast, but what is your question?
Well, the question I had been Keith Andrews, not Keith Harris, as it
okay.
is. Tell you something, he's all right. He's slotting into the Brentford system. So, as Brentford fans, we're very happy about him coming in. He might be a free kick coach, but we've been watching him for a couple of years. We put him in the system. He'll be fine. The question I had, though, I'm talking about striking players. I know we've got a few Newcastle fans in the house. Striking players. You've got players who play for the club. We pay them their money. The fans love them. Give them adultation, or whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, they decide they want to move and they go and strike for the club. We got a player that's done that. Johan Wieser. We loved Johan Wieser. Wieser's on fire. Your defence is terrified. But all of a sudden now, he's now striking for the club because he wants to move to Newcastle. My question to you is that what do you do with players like that? Because some people say that's fair enough. The club's a small club. He needs to move on. But as far as we're concerned, we need players like this, and they should be respectful to us that we've actually given them the platform. So what do you think about
Well, let's ask Anton, because we've got two ex-footballers up here. Anton, what do you make of players striking to get a move?
I think it all depends on how the process before has been. We don't know what the conversations have been behind closed doors with Wieser and the manager or the board itself. You know, players that I've played with who end up wanting to leave in that situation. Something happened behind closed doors where the club might have said, if something bigger comes, we won't stand in your way, and then all of a sudden they've said, no, you're not going, and that puts people's back out of joints. I think Benty's probably better to answer this question around the way that you left Sunderland.
No, but my only great with that was obviously the club accepted the fee. Do you know what I mean? That was the biggest thing. But I think you're right when it comes to Wieser. It's so important what Anton said, because if there had been promises, and Gyökeres is probably in the same situation, because there was a gentleman's agreement and then he had to get nasty because they went back on their word. But it is a shame, because I think I look at Brentford as a side that probably would have let him go anyway. I don't think Brentford stand in too many players' ways.
Okay, good call. We haven't got time for another question, I'm afraid, because no. We don't never. No.
I'm just going to say,
you haven't got time to say.
As an exclusive, quickly.
Yes.
Wieser isn't going anywhere. I know we know this. Besotted Podcast, as we heard, all the talkSPORT, they're saying Wieser is going on. He's almost finished.
He said it.
Trust me, Wieser's not going anywhere.
Okay.
If Newcastle, whoever, doesn't pay the 40 million, it's not happening. And we're like, the ball is in our court. So Wieser, on the 1st of September, will have to pull his shirt on and play the Brentford way. Trust me, that's going to happen.
Okay. I'll be honest with you, you scare me, I'm not going to argue with you. Applause for Dave, Mark and Billy, everyone. More from our gang in just a moment. First, it's time for a bit of no Googling, the last one of the day. In fact, still to come, we'll be looking ahead to the drive time derby. Me and Benty are going to have a little bet on it. Arsenal travel to Old Trafford on Sunday. First, it's time for a bit of no Googling. We want to know who was the last Arsenal player to score a hat-trick against Manchester United. The answer to that in the last 30 minutes of drive time coming your way right after this.
Who doesn't love the Ryder Cup, the competition that ignites and unites the greats of golf like no other? 1927 brought us the very first edition at the Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. For the first 22 editions, when it was just British and Irish golfers versus the US, America were only beaten 3 times. But in 1979, in came Europe, and in came Seve Ballesteros, who went on to win 5 of them. Since Team Europe became a thing, the head-to-head reads Europe 13, USA 9. Europe's last away win was the miracle at Medina in 2012. America hasn't won on European soil since 1993 at the Belfry. So what about the money? The most recent Ryder Cup in Rome drew in a record 271,000 spectators and boosted the Italian economy by €262 million. The PGA of America TV deal with NBC is worth $440 million, but 2025 will be the first time ever that the US team will receive a fee for playing. Of course, in Rome, legend has it Patrick Cantley refused to wear his cap because he wasn't being paid to wear it, though he insisted it simply didn't fit. Either way, Team Europe have made it clear they're more than happy to keep playing for the thrill, joy and prestige of the Ryder Cup.
Welcome back to Drive. We are live on talkSPORT from the veranda. I'll not use that word. On the 14th floor. Let's have a round of applause for our wonderful audience. By the way, this show has been live since we came on out for. It looks fantastic. If you have the chance, if you've not seen it, you've been listening in your car, your kitchen, and you get the chance to go check it out on YouTube, make sure you do. It looks fantastic. Before the break, I asked the question, who was the last Arsenal player to score a hat-trick against Manchester United? You tried to cheat. Do you know the answer?
No, I don't, but I'm going to have another guess.
OK. What's your answer?
Well, you said before the Premier League, didn't you?
I said it wasn't in the Premier League. I said it wasn't in the Premier League.
Oh, I know it is then.
Do you? Who is it?
Sylvan Walter.
OK, you've cheated.
No, I haven't cheated.
Okay,
it was in a cup competition. Yeah. I thought you said before.
What League Cup was it? Oh, I've just told you the League Cup. Right, now, before... What were you going to say, Cookie?
That was the game where Paul Scholes refused to sit on the bench.
Oh, was that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've redeemed yourself. Before we move on, we've been talking about transfers, so we've been talking about them all summer, actually. Joining us now on Drive is a man who knows a thing or two about players making a move between clubs. He is a sports lawyer, and he goes by the name of Mo Pusreacher. I think I've said that correctly. Give it up for Mo, everybody. Hello, Mo, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You look very dapper. I hope you've made that just for us.
I have just made it
effort. Just tell us a bit more about what you do in the world of transfers. Why are you so important?
So today I was standing at the back. We're doing 2 deals, all happening all over WhatsApp between agents discussing their terms with how they want to kind of get a player moved over. So my role's critically important. As you guys all probably know, there's a lot of money involved in these contracts, a lot of risk involved. So agents, thankfully, pay people like me to review, read, make sure the clauses are right, make sure everything commercially is correct, and from a regulatory point of view, make sure that they can do what they say they're going to do.
How difficult or how simple is a deal to be done on paper?
It's not as simple as it looks sometimes. I think it's dependent on how the deal has come together in the first place. And just being brutally honest, it actually depends on how, it depends on the personality of your agent. So some agents are a little bit more difficult.
A lot of the times, I mean, you said that he's done a lot of deals. Do most clubs get the deals spot on, or is there always 1 or 2 little bits in there where you go, hold on, that wasn't in there, or the wording's different?
There's always bits.
Is there always?
There's always bits, unfortunately. So we'll have a deal that come through. We had a deal that came through today, this afternoon, and
who was that?
I can't say that. But we will have a look and we'll see the kind of the deal sheet, the term sheet that the agent's been negotiating, and then you have like a final term sheet, and it will say salary, any kind of additional clauses, bonuses, etc., agent's commission, and then you get the actual draft contract. So for example, a Premier League contract, the first 30 pages are just a standard contract that you can't touch it. The Schedule 2 is the schedule where everyone negotiates. That's where the money is. It's where the clauses are put into, and that's the one that didn't reflect the offer.
Let me ask you, we're talking about players going on strike. Is there ever a clause in a contract that suggests a player could be sued if he refuses to play for the club?
Potentially it's a breach of his employment contract, yeah.
Okay, why you say potentially?
Depends on why he's striking.
Okay, if for argument's sake we took a player like Alexander Isak, not him, but a player like him, a fictional character, and he refused to play because he wanted to force through a move, is that grounds maybe to sue a player?
Potentially, but I think the issue with it is that he'd more likely be subject to a disciplinary. So in the same way that if you don't turn up for work, you get fined. There's a set fine list, as you guys might know. I suspect he's probably got a few letters sitting in the inbox at Newcastle.
And a lot of fans are confused as to why he's not formally put in a transfer request. But if he does that, then he runs the risk of waiving a load of cash in terms of loyalty payments and bonuses.
Yep, and not only that, what his current agent is entitled to. So as you guys may or may not know, but if you're an agent and you've done a deal for Alex before, the agency fees aren't just paid up in one go. They're paid over the years. So there's a payment fee. The payment's usually due in September and February. Those are kind of the usual periods. So there's a payment probably due in September and February. And obviously, kind of any kind of forceful action like that puts those fees at risk.
And do you guys get a flat fee, or are you on commission for the amount that
we work on a flat fee, but some lawyers will do it differently.
Okay. Is it like no win, no fee? I see on the adverts on telly. Where there's pain, there's a claim. Is that what it is?
No, that's a good slogan. I should probably use that. No, unfortunately, we have deals that will get all the way to the end. We've probably done about 40 deals this summer.
Oh wow! Okay.
But then you get to probably get to summer and you've probably done 20 that pretty much are right there and never get done for lots of reasons. Mostly because the last, I would say, 80% of them, you'll get someone that says, actually, I want to change the figure, and the money wants to change at the last minute. Okay. And that ends up kind of stopping a deal going through.
Fascinating stuff. Thanks so much for coming. A round of applause for Mo. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Are we paying you, or is this free?
I'll send my invoice over.
This is okay. Yes, send it to Benty. Let's concentrate now on the football. It returns, of course, this weekend. Well, tomorrow night, of course, Liverpool in action. And I think it's fair to say the biggest game of the weekend is at Old Trafford. Man United taking on Arsenal. Angelina is doing a sterling job for us down on the floor. You've got Man United fans either side of you.
Yes, we have saved the best till last here. We have got Brian and John from the Simply Red podcast. Now, we've got a question, but first up I wanted to ask, I'm a Man United fan, as is Crookie, as is Andy. How are you feeling about this transfer window? Do you think that United are starting to get it right? You know, they've made 3 signings that are key when it comes to scoring goals, and that's where United were lacking.
Yeah, look, scoring goals has been one of the biggest problems in the team for the last few years. We've signed 2 Premier League proven players in Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha. Their goals and assists last year were absolutely off the charts. I think they were in the top 5. And look, we brought in Benjamin Šeško as well. Look, young and hasn't played in the Premier League before, but looks like he has all the attributes to really give us what we've been lacking up front in the last couple of seasons, you know.
And I know you had a question for the panel about Ruben Amorim.
I did. So Ruben Amorim has come in, he's had half a season or so now. Things haven't gone very well for him. But he did preface it by saying we're going to suffer before things get better, and now he's promising that good times are coming back again. Football's very transient and very fickle. I think he's got a lot of credit at the bank at the moment. The club is backing him financially, and the transfer market are backing him. They're building in this system and they're believing in his views going forward. He's getting X amount of players out of the team, the inverted comma bomb squad, which was a clear out that was needed regardless. But just how fast can things turn around? We've got a very difficult start to the season, so if things do go upside down quickly, does his time get shorter, faster, I guess is the question for you?
I always think if you start off well, that just helps. I think even if there are parts of your squad or parts of the club where are not quite right, winning just breeds a winning environment. So if Man United beat Arsenal at the weekend, which I hope doesn't happen, all of a sudden you start going, well, hold on, we've just beaten one of the teams people think could win the league. I mean, you just go from there. So it can be a quick fix, but of course on the flip side, if you get beat heavily and then Cunha's performance not great and Brahma doesn't quite fit into the system, then it's almost like a merry-go-round, isn't it?
Quickly, let me ask you then, because we were talking to, I think it was Anton, about West Ham and Graham Potter, and I said he's one of the managers that I think's on a list of must-get results early. Is Ruben Amorim on that list as well?
I would say so. In the eyes of the fans, maybe more than the ownership, because they've backed him. As we've been saying, he's been allowed to get rid of 5 players. Obviously, only Rashford has gone so far, but the other 4 will follow if they don't. I still don't see a way back into the first team. He's been allowed to spend heavily, despite the fact that Jim Ratcliffe was telling us the club were going to run out of money. They've spent more than £200 million. And I think the support he got last season, which was dreadful, by the way, there was no upside. Even that final in Bilbao, the United performance was atrocious, and still the fans sing his name. And he's admitted himself, Ruben Amorim, I feel a bit embarrassed that the fans are singing my name because I haven't done anything yet, and he's right. The second half of last season when he came in was a write-off. So I think he has to show now. Everybody tells me he's a brilliant coach and a brilliant tactician. I've not seen that yet, and I think he got it wrong in the final in Bilbao. So I'm waiting for him to show me this season. Now he's got his own players. He's had a full pre-season under his belt. He has to start delivering on the pitch. It has to be better.
Let me ask both of you, Brian and John, are you convinced about Ruben Amorim yet?
I suppose it's hard to be convinced, but I mean, the way the other managers have gone, he needs to be given his time. Like, he's a completely new kind of structure and formation, and it's something we haven't been used to as a club. So, look, he's got a couple of signings in now this year. Hopefully that can kind of help kind of try get that plan into place. Hopefully we can get a midfielder in. I still think we're lacking that bit of energy in the middle of the park. And the goalkeeper position as well as another one would be a big question for me. So if we could get even 2 of those, one of them even, and try and build in for next season again. But I'm behind him at the moment anyway, and look, we just have to get behind him now.
Okay, and John, the answer from you?
Look, I suppose John has suggested it. He hasn't shown us the whole pile since he's come in, but even one of the bomb squad inverted comma players, Marcus Rashford's left, and he's done an interview recently saying changing managers so often doesn't help. Even as players in the squad, if you're changing that ethos and that mindset all the time, like you go from a Jose Mourinho who's winning at all costs, ignore any game you win, analyse any game you lose. You move to Van Gaal, who wants to play more beautiful football, even though we didn't really see it. Solskjaer's trying to play more counter-attacking football. All these different mindsets and changes. I mean, Dan, you've seen as a player, it's very difficult to buy into this change and a new ethos so quickly. I think we've come to a situation at United that Ruben's hit it at a right time for him, where we're sick of change, we're sick of that quick merry-go-round constantly. So we're willing to give him a chance. We have to stick or twist eventually at some stage, and this is the guy we're going to get behind him and give him some time and see how it goes. So I think he's got credit in the bank with the fan base. We've been very generous in that support of him, even though we haven't seen much. But I think he does have to prove it now. I mean, between here and Christmas, he's got to give us some foundations to believe in what's going forward, you know.
Round of applause for 2 more wonderful guests when we come back. We will chat Spurs, and one more Billy will be joining us for the end of show quiz. Make sure you join us for the last 10 minutes of Drive. We're live on the 14th floor. We'll see you right after this. I like this one. I like this one. Let's come back with a big round of applause, shall we, everyone? You've been absolutely fantastic. You've been listening to Drive's Premier League launch show on talkSPORT live from the terrace here at the News Building with me, Andy Goldstein and Darren Bennett. Have you been fed yet? Have you got your pizza? Slightly nervous now, Benny, about... What's that? You're going to pay for everyone? He's going to take us all out! How nice is that? Following us at 7, Ollie Klink, the wonderful Ollie Klink. He hosts the Transfer Insiders this evening. He has the former Liverpool winger. We love Jermaine Pennant, so make sure you check out that show. Now, it's been a great day here on the terrace. Let's finish off with a few clubs we haven't spoken to first, but let's go back to Angelina. Who have you got alongside you, Angelina?
So I have got Gus and John. John, who is a YouTuber, JCC on YouTube, check it out. You guys are Fulham fans. Very quickly, where are you finishing in the table?
I'm optimistic. I'm going 7th. I'm going mid-table again.
We need a number, come on.
I think it's 10th again for Fulham, unfortunately.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And to my left, we have got some Brighton fans. We've got Maz and Ben from Seagull Social. Maz, where are you finishing?
Yeah, I'm going to go the same as Fulham. I think 7th.
Can't both finish 7th.
Well, we can't both, but we're going to finish 7th. They're going to finish 8th, maybe. But no, 6th, 7th, I'll be happy with. If we can keep Belabor, that is a big caveat.
Okay, and I have a very, very important last question. Out of Fulham and Brighton, which team hates Darren Bent more and why?
Wow.
I got my brother. I don't remember him playing for us, to be honest.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
I don't think he remembers it either.
2 months.
I think we've tried to forget Darren Bent.
I would imagine none of you are getting free pizza if there is any pizza
Do you
coming
want to change
up.
your answers?
Nah.
No,
I was only there 4 weeks.
Andy.
Yeah, you had 2 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Wow. How many goals you score?
2 and 4, something like that.
2 and 4?
ChatGPT lied to us, obviously.
Or Bentley lied to you. Listen, before we move on, you've got a Spurs fan alongside you as well. We're going to have a Spurs chat.
Yeah,
Can you change places with the fella that's in the Brighton shirt, if that's okay? Just because we can't finish the show without talking Tottenham. Sorry, laughing about Tottenham.
It's all right, mate. We beat you, so it's no problem.
Well, listen, our team's bad enough. What's going on with Spurs at the moment? How disappointed were you? We did a show, I don't know if you heard our show yesterday, where I was asking the question, which was bigger to Spurs fans? Was it the Super Cup or the Europa League? Which was it for you? How disappointed are you about last night?
I think it's a combination. I think the fact that we won the Europa League got us into that Super Cup final. And I think what was really good about last night is that you saw the culmination of Thomas Frank's tactics. It's the first time that I've been excited about what he's bringing to the table. We haven't been able to see too much, but last night you saw it all come to the table. The free kicks, the throw-ons, the extra 1%, the physicality, the tactical fouls, all of those things. And for 70-odd minutes, we were the better team against, you know, arguably the best team in the world right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. What are your aspirations then as a Spurs fan? Because I said to Bentley before at the top of the show, for Thomas Frank, I sort of get the feeling that when he was ever at Brentford, it was always just stay up, play decent football. You got a nice squad there, but with Spurs, the bar's so much higher.
Yeah, and I think that he's taken up that challenge. I think that he's excited to kind of test himself at this level. So I think that within all the cups and the league that we're going to progress. And when you saw an adaptation last night, like the 5-3-2 that we done last night, and how well it worked, I'm excited to see what the season brings, whether that's away from home, whether that's in the Cup, whether that's in the Champions League. I'm actually really excited to see what he brings to the table, because for the first time, it came together last night.
I did feel, Bentley, that it looked like Spurs knew what they were doing last night. Under Ange, I didn't get that feeling. I know.
No, but he did at the start. I think everyone did at the start when Ange first got the job.
Yeah, but then we realised there was only a plan A.
Yeah. No, it looked good last night, and as you said there, to go toe-to-toe with PSG, you're probably a little bit disappointed because you should have won the game.
Yeah,
but
should have done.
I mean, it gives you confidence going into the season. I don't care if it's a glorified friendly or whatever. When you're playing against a top side and you take them all the way, I think that's got to give you confidence.
Yeah. Where were Spurs, realistically, where were Spurs finish this season?
I'm going to say top 7. You know, I'm with Benty. You know, when Benty said like 5th, I was like, wow, okay, cool. But I think that there's definitely going to be an improvement there. And I think that it's exciting times. If we get the quality in the door, if Eze signs, I think Eze's a Tottenham player in the making. And I think that if we get the quality in, I think it could be a really exciting season and a building season.
I'm sure 10 fans have said top 7 this afternoon. Would you, last question, would you take silverware and 17th again?
Absolutely, why not?
You were okay.
Why not? Why not? Absolutely.
Would Thomas Frank keep his job if that's the case?
Well, you'll have to ask Daniel Levy, and you know more
Yeah,
than
they
us,
don't
mate.
speak anymore.
Yeah.
Not after Bentley said
I've
that
got to say,
tweet.
Bentley, red and white doesn't look good on you, mate. I've got to tell you, mate.
That's his
You know,
team.
it's a different look on you, bro.
That's his team. You've been great. You've all been great. Give yourselves a round of applause today. Keep the applause going because One More Billy's here for the end of the show quiz. Let me tell you that One More Billy is so nervous. He said to me yesterday, "Do I have to do it?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Can I sing?" And I read if you want, Bill. How are you, Billy? Are you nervous?
Yeah, I am.
Cut him off that.
The end of show quiz live on Drive. Billy, look, he's shaking like a leaf. What are we doing, Bill?
It's all about the Premier League season, the new Premier League season that we've been building up to all day on Drive. Andy, do you want to go first?
Look at Bill.
No, I can't.
Have you had a drink yet, Bill?
I haven't yet, no.
You should have had one to calm your nerves
I
down.
should have. Andy,
I would love to go first, Billy.
Andy, if every ground sold out for every game this coming Premier League season,
Yeah?
what would the total attendance for the entire season be?
So there's 20 grounds. I would imagine they've all got approximately, give or take 40,000, so 5 fours are a lot, to 223,000.
For the entire season?
Yeah. Oh, for the whole season?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
14.9 million.
Close.
Sorry, what happened to multiple choice?
I didn't give it to you.
It went out the
sorry.
window, okay.
Yeah.
I would like multiple choice before we start, please.
Venti, 4 teams.
Billy, take your hand out your pocket, it looks weird.
Sorry. No, I like it in there.
I bet you do. Yeah, we all do, Bill, we're live.
4 teams, Benny, have only ever spent 1 season in the Premier League. Can you name any of them?
Oldham.
No.
They were in the Premier League for 1 year.
No.
Who are you saying?
Bradford.
Blackpool's a great call.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Swindon's one. Yeah.
Like, give us a clue, this, isn't anyone else? Swindon, I forgot about them.
Luton, I heard. Yeah. And Barnsley.
Barnsley, okay.
Yeah.
We've got about 40 seconds. Shut up. Oh, but it's Brazil. Go on, we've got 40 seconds left.
Andy,
One each.
how long would it take you to walk from the most southerly stadium in this season's Premier League to the most northerly, Bournemouth to Newcastle?
What do you mean, how long would it take me to walk?
How long would it take you to walk from one to the
Have
other?
I got multiple choice or just guess?
Just work it out.
Go on, first answer. How long? How long? 4 days.
5 days.
You get
Pretty
out.
close.
You're wrong. Last one to Benny.
Benty, what was the most common score in the Premier League last season?
2-2.
1-0, 2-1 or 1-1?
1-1.
Yeah. 12% of all games finished 1-1.
I thought so, 12%.
Let's give Billy a round of applause, shall we? Well done, Bill.
Give him a little wave. Give him a wave or something.
Thanks.
More importantly, more importantly, Darren Bent, a round of applause. I don't know, Angelina, turn the camera around there. Angelina's been nothing but brilliant this afternoon. Well done to Angelina. And keep the applause going for yourself, our wonderful fans. You've been great, well done to all of you. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's been one of my favourite shows ever. If you missed any of it, go to YouTube. It looks fantastic. It's been fantastic this afternoon. Keep your applause going because we're going to leave. We're going to say goodbye as we build up to the start of a brand new Premier League season. Me and Benny are back tomorrow at 4. Have a wonderful evening. Be safe, everyone. Be safe. Thank you, everyone. Good work.